Sons Inc.
Crazy to think of everything that's happened in the last 25 years, but one thing that's remained as consistent as ever is Plumline Services. From Fort Collins to Castle Rock, Plumline Services has been earning the trust of Coloradans with plum-crazy service and pricing on plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, and drain cleaning. Plumline and Carrier. Turn to the experts. Schedule your service online at plumlineservices.com. For 25 years and counting, Plumline Services partnering with great brands like Carrier. Service at home, servants at heart.
When friends and family come to visit, do what I do and take the short drive up the hill to Central City. It's only 30 minutes from the west side of town via I-70 and the Central City Casino Parkway. Central City offers everything your fun-seeking group desires. Hotels, dining, bars open 24/7, a craft brewery, and live casino action day or night. Central City isn't the big box, corporate-owned casino experience. It's Colorado-owned and operated, rich in history. Bring your friends and family, cruise I-70 to the Parkway, and take the 4 lanes to fun.
Denver Nuggets basketball. Nuggets pregame. Presented by Fanatics Sportsbook on the Altitude Radio Network.
Nuggets basketball is brought to you by Central City. Take I-70 to exit 243 in the Central City Casino Parkway. Your 4 lanes to fun. Welcome back to your pregame show. It's time right now to hear from the head coach. Here is Michael Malone.
I think they're going to go through the pregame routine, and we'll make a final determination then.
Coach, as we've heard a lot of build-up to this game, you guys got through last night unscathed in that regard. Just how important do you see this game, just in the grand scheme of things, knowing that no matter what happens tonight, both teams could potentially meet in the playoffs anyway?
Yeah, I probably don't look at it the same as anybody in this room. I know this is a huge game for your perspective, and I understand that. But 3 games to go, obviously trying to close out the season playing well. And I don't think, the 1 seed would be great. I said it for the last month and a half. We'd gladly take the 1 seed, but much more important for me is making sure our players are healthy and available come playoff time. You look at last year. I mean, in the Eastern Conference, you had an 8 seed in the NBA Finals. And in the Western Conference, you had an 8 seed make the Western Conference Finals. So there is no easy out in the West. I mean, this is going to be an unbelievable playoffs. First round, you're going to see what maybe on paper will look like an upset, but there's so many teams that could come out of the West this year, and that speaks to the quality of depth and the parity in the Western Conference.
After tonight, we won't get a chance to talk to you except before the end of the regular season.
Gonna miss that, man.
What are you most proud of about the season?
The fact that we didn't rest on last year, that we challenged ourselves to be even better. The fact that we have, I think, 55 wins with 3 games to go, and an even deeper and more talented Western Conference. And when you add to the fact that we tried to go young this year, and for us to be able to do that after winning a championship is, I think, incredible. And I think our players and our coaching staff, and I have a great coaching staff, I think those guys all deserve a ton of credit, because that's your fear going into this year. You won a championship, first in franchise history. Do you come up for air? Do you exhale? Do you think that you've done something and you relax? And I haven't seen that from our guys. Obviously there are ebbs and flows to every season, but for us to be where we are, and again, you don't have a Bruce, you don't have a Jeff, and the development of our young players and our veterans continue to get better. I think those guys deserve a ton of credit for that.
How do you think KCP can make it tough on Anthony Edwards tonight? It's the team effort, but that match in particular.
Well, yeah, Anthony Edwards is one of the tougher covers in the NBA. Big, strong, physical, starts in transition. Katie, as you know, he's tremendous in the open floor. He can get to the cup. He can dunk on you. He can pull up from the 4-point line for deep threes. He gets to the foul line. He got there 10 times last time we met in this building. And he sees one go in, he can get on a run really, really quickly. So like KCP does every night, you want to try to make guys uncomfortable. You want to try to meet him early, be physical, try to dictate to him. And really important with a guy like Anthony Edwards, it's not just on Pope, it's on the other 4 guys around him, giving him the help and support that he's going to need.
Coach, when you look at your past games with the Timberwolves, do you have kind of anticipation of what you think has to be done in this game to be successful?
Well, yeah, for us, I think in the one game that we won, granted they didn't have Carl, Rudy, or Nas, so not a lot can be taken from that. But we got out and ran. We scored in transition. We scored 115 points. And the message to our players is if we score 4 fast break points like we did last meeting in this building, it's going to be a long night. I mean, they've been the number 1 defense the whole year. And they have a great team defense, and they have a bunch of great individual defenders. And if it's a half-court game, it could be a long night for us. Our last meeting here, I felt in that first half, especially the second quarter, we were just out here like chilling like it was a regular season game that didn't have a lot on the line. And I give our guys credit because in the second half, I thought we played with the urgency and physicality that you need in a game like this. So, but yeah, we have to get stops, rebound, and get out and run to create some tempo. We've done a really good job of that since the All-Star break, averaging almost 18 in transition per game. And we have to try to find some of those tonight.
Coach, in the 3 games you played against Minnesota, Cole only has 10 total assists, 3.3 per game. Is that a concern for you, and what do you attribute that to?
Guys not making shots. I mean, it's,
3 games?
Yeah, I mean, it's the way they guard them, the way they guard us. They're a very good defensive team, and obviously they're going to put 2 on the ball. The guys got to step up and make open looks.
You guys have been most complimentary of Minnesota and their rise dating back to last year's postseason. What did you see from Minnesota where you felt like, okay, this is a team that you may be dealing with for a while?
Well, just look at their personnel. I mean, they got 2 guys, and Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns, that are all-stars. You know, you have a guy in Rudy Gobert who will be a future Hall of Famer, one of the greatest defenders that the league has ever seen. You got Mike Conley, who has long been one of the more underrated, underappreciated point guards in the league, who kind of brings it all together and makes everybody better. And then, I mean, look, Nas Reed, have they missed a beat since Carl's been out? That's not a knock on Carl. That is a testament to Nas and his abilities and taking advantage of that opportunity. And that's why he's up probably for 6th man of the year, rightfully so. And obviously, you know, Tim and their front office have just done a really good job of adding pieces to build around those guys. So, you know, we beat them in 5 last year. The shot that Anthony Edwards took at the end of that game, I was right next to him, and I could have sworn it was going in. I said, we're going back to Minnesota. And it didn't go in, but they were without McDaniels, they were without Nas Reed, and now they've been fully healthy for most of the year. Obviously, Carl's been out for a while, but they've been number 1 the whole year. You know, we've been there for a little bit. OKC's been there, but you have to give Minnesota a ton of credit for the year that they've had.
That was head coach Mike Malone. Let's check out the pregame injury report. This injury report is brought to you by Ramos Law. Car accident, you need Ramos Law, medical doctor and attorney. Visit ramoslaw.com. For the Nuggets, they're healthy. They don't have anybody on that list. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, Clark and Karl Anthony Towns out tonight. We'll continue with your Nuggets pregame show after a quick timeout right here on the Altitude Radio Network.
The Nuggets pregame show, presented by Fanatics Sportsbook on the Altitude Radio Network.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra, with available features like the V8 engine, the ultimate luxury interior, and of course, the available world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck. GMC's continued commitment to professional-grade engineering is on full display at your Colorado GMC dealers. Come take a test drive today and see for yourself. We are professional-grade GMC.
Hey, Nuggets fans, did you know that nearly 75% of all aluminum ever produced is still in use today? Which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back. For every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come, Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Denver Nuggets. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. recycle it.
Find your new getaway today. Get in the winner's zone at Century Casino and Hotel in Central City. New members can score up to $100 in free play automatically on their first day. Plus, eat free with $20 in food value. Just earn point targets on your free winner's zone card while you play to get your rewards. Get your first $5 at just 10 points. New members only. Must be age 21 or over with valid ID. Get away today to Century Casino and Hotel. Take I-70 to exit 243 to the Central City Parkway. Welcome to the winner's zone. If you believe you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Colorado sports fans, Vic Lombardi here letting you know Altitude Sports is streaming on Fubo. You can watch the Nuggets, the Avalanche, and more sports, shows, movies, news, all of it. Over 350 channels streaming live on your television, phone, and other devices. No cable required. Best part, you can try Fubo for free. There's no contract or commitment. To start watching, just go to FuboTV.com. That's FuboTV.com.
Made to shine. Real stories from Shane Company customers.
The other day, my dad asked me and my sister if we had any ideas for a sweet gift from Mom for Mother's Day. And I told him we should go check out Shane Company because they've got these cool styles. You can pick out your own gemstones. To make her necklace extra special, my sister and I picked out our birthstones, amethyst and citrine. Mom's definitely gonna cry when she sees it.
Fine jewelry that feels like it was designed just for you. Shane Company. Fine jewelry since 1929.
You know, losing 40 pounds felt ridiculous a few months ago, but losing over 3.12 pounds a week has put the finish line within sight. 34 pounds down, right ahead is the big 4-0, and it's been easy. Soda Weight Loss takes the hunger out of weight loss. So easy to lose this weight because of Soda Weight Loss. 800-555-6521. Soda Weight Loss, state of the art.
It's your Nuggets pregame show, presented by Fanatic Sportsbook on the Altitude Radio Network.
Tonight's Nuggets game is brought to you by your local Colorado Buick GMC dealers. Welcome back. It's the Nuggets and the Timberwolves in an absolutely massive matchup. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for legal ID up and down the Altitude Radio Network.
KKSE-FM Broomfield, Denver. This is Denver Nuggets basketball. Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
All right, scores around the NBA tonight look like this. We've already got three finals. The Cleveland Cavaliers got a 110-98 win over the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. Donovan Mitchell, 29 points. The Cavs are currently in the number 4 spot. In the East, they are just a half game behind the New York Knicks for that number 3 position. The Hornets beat the Hawks 115-114. Charlotte winning for just the 20th time this season. Listen, Atlanta's going to play in a play-in game. They've locked in at least the number 10 spot, and they could move up to 9. Probably not after the loss tonight, but Hawks are at 36-44 on the season, and they're going to play a playoff game, or at least a play-in game. And the Dallas Mavericks beat the Heat tonight in Miami, 111-92. Luka, 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists as the Mavs lock up a playoff spot with their 50th win of the season. They are currently 5th in the Western Conference. They are a game and a half back of LA. It looks like the Clippers and Mavs might very well meet in the first round. Matter of fact, that's almost guaranteed, right? Unless something crazy happens here. The game's going on right now. Oh, no, we just had another final. The Nets beat the Raptors in a game that means nothing. 106-102. Brooklyn gets that one. Right now, the Bucks are beating the Magic 104-82. They're in the fourth quarter of that game. And the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to win. There's 2 minutes to go in their game against the Spurs, but OKC's got a 122-82 lead over San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama is not playing tonight for San Antonio, and OKC is rolling. Josh Giddey, 20 points and 12 rebounds. The only other game in the NBA tonight is the LA Clippers hosting the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are currently in the number 7 spot. They're a game back of New Orleans for that number 6 position. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, lasting joint pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Visit QCkinetics.com to schedule a free consultation. We'll continue with your Nuggets pregame show after a break right here on the Altitude Radio Network.
Denver Nuggets basketball. Nuggets pregame, presented by Fanatic Sportsbook on the Altitude Radio Network.
It's basketball season, and Denver fans, that means it's party time. Applejack Wine and Spirits is the place for all your parties and events, big or small. With low prices, great service, and the best selection of wine, spirits, and beer, Applejack's roster goes deep. Stock up before tip-off and never miss the action. Here's your winning game plan. Shop online at applejack.com for free delivery on orders of $150 or more. And shop our stores in Wheat Ridge, Thornton, and now in Colorado Springs. Always Applejack.
I got a nightmare phone call that no parent wants to receive.
Someone hit me going 60 miles an hour.
Dr. Ramos came highly recommended. When I showed him the x-rays, he immediately knew exactly what was wrong.
We've had a tremendous experience with Ramos Law. Really, I could not be happier.
Having the car accident was an accident. Finding Ramos Law was no accident.
Injured in a car accident? Ramos Law can help. RamosLaw.com.
Nuggets fans, you always show up and make the game what it is. So we think you deserve a better betting experience. For a limited time at Fanatic Sportsbook, bet and get up to $1,000 in bonus bets over 10 days. Welcome to the most rewarding sportsbook, Fanatic Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the Denver Nuggets. Bonus bets expire within 7 days. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app. Must be 21 plus and present in Colorado. Have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Philong Ford in Denver is one of the fastest growing commercial vehicle centers in the nation. We've expanded and become one of the leading sources for commercial vans and trucks, both in sales and service. Coming this year are eco-friendly work trucks like the F-150 Lightning and the all-new electric Transit. Not only do we sell these vehicles, we service them as well with our state-of-the-art facility and great service staff. So whether you need Rangers, F-150s, cargo vans, or even F-750s, we are your one-stop shop for sales and service. Go online to phillongdenver.com and just click the link that says Fleet Customers, click here.
Men, this is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and you've heard me talk a lot about how treating low testosterone can improve your sleep, your workouts, your energy levels, and more. But today I want to talk to you about your sex drive, because low testosterone can have a significant impact on your desire for intimacy. It can even be a factor in erectile dysfunction, and if you're in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship, a low sex drive could really be a problem. The good news is that if you're like most guys, treating your low testosterone could really change the way you feel about sex, giving you back the flame and desire that is so important when you love someone. So if you're feeling sluggish and tired, if you're not sleeping well, if your workouts aren't that great, and most of all, if your sex drive is more like a putt, make an appointment at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and have your testosterone levels checked. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
The Nuggets pregame show, presented by Fanatic Sportsbook on the Altitude Radio Network.
Welcome back as we wrap up your Denver Nugget pregame show right before tip-off between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves there at Ball Arena. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Century Casino. Find the hottest slots and table games action at Century Casino and Hotel, just 1 mile from Blackhawk in scenic, walkable Central City. Welcome to the Winter Zone. All right, for the Nuggets tonight, it is the OG starting 5, Jamal Murray, KCP, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, it is Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, Reed, and Gobert is your starting 5 for many. All right, more scores around the world of sports. In the NHL, there's just 3 games tonight, as the NHL has just over a week, like a week and a half left in their regular season. And because of the play-in tournament, the NHL and the NBA playoffs actually begin right around the same time. The St. Louis Blues are currently beating the Chicago Blackhawks 4-1 as the Blues scored 4 goals in the first, and the Oilers lead the Golden Knights 3-0 in the second period in that one, and the Canucks take on the Coyotes later this evening. In Major League Baseball, the Colorado Rockies were in action this afternoon. They took on the Arizona Diamondbacks, the D-backs with 10 hits and a 5-3 win over the Rockies as Colorado falls to 3-10 to start the season. Games going on right now in Major League Baseball. They're in the top of the 7th in Cincinnati, where the Reds trail the Brewers 7-2. The Astros are getting thumped by the Royals. Kansas City's got an 11-2 lead over Houston. They're in the bottom of the 8th in that one. And the Rangers and A's going to the top of the 8th. It is 6-2 Texas in Texas. The Twins beat the Dodgers 3-2. The Phillies over the Cards 4-3. The Mariners and Blue Jays went extra innings, and Seattle wins it in 10, 6-1. The Giants hammer the Nats 7-1. The Rays over the Angels 4-2, and the Guardians beat the White Sox in 10, 7-6. Padres over the Cubs 10-2. Marlins take down the Yankees 5-2, and the Orioles just beat the Red Sox 7-5. But it is time right now to get it on. It's the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kaz with tip-off next on the Altitude Radio Network.
All right, pick it up, Blue. Come on. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Jason Kosmiski has the tip-off next on the Altitude Radio Network.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise that QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly.
I would recommend QC to anybody.
I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Call QC Kinetics at 719-581-6626 for a free consultation. Locations in Superior, Aurora, and Colorado Springs.
This past year, we've gone from the perfect conditions for spending money to the best conditions for saving it. And at Premier Members Credit Union, we can help you cultivate a green thumb for growing your own money into more money. With great rates of return for money market savings accounts and CDs, you can harvest the savings you always wished you had. Learn how to grow your own money with 5% APY on your first $2,000. Premier Members Credit Union. Join us at becomepremier.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
Mortgage rates have lowered going into the spring selling season, and now is the time to act to maximize your equity. Ed Prather will sell your home guaranteed. Get your home sold by a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will sell it for free. No required repairs, no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Ed Prather is the only real estate agent I trust and recommend, and the agent who will sell your home guaranteed. Reach out to Ed Prather and his team, 720-650-4959, or go online at edprather.com. That's Ed, Prather.com.
Nuggets fans, you always show up and make the game what it is. So we think you deserve a better betting experience. For a limited time at Fanatic Sportsbook, bet and get up to $1,000 in bonus bets over 10 days. Welcome to the most rewarding sportsbook, Fanatic Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the Denver Nuggets. Bonus bets expire within 7 days. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app. Must be 21 plus and present in Colorado. Have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Nuggets fans, did you know that nearly 75% of all aluminum ever produced is still in use today? Which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back. For every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come, Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Denver Nuggets. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
Let's go! Dropping close to 40 pounds over the past few weeks has been remarkably easy. With Sota Weight Loss, a nutritionist will work with you as Amanda worked with me, and there you go. It's a better you. It's a healthier you. Check out some of the Google reviews at SotaWeightLoss.com. The before and afters will stun you. That's SOTA weightloss.com. SotaWeightLoss.com. Sota Weight Loss. Say it with me. State of the art.
We're going to set it off with this. Let's go. The Altitude Radio Network welcomes you to Denver Nuggets basketball.
Here we go.
The Nuggets and Timberwolves are deadlocked atop the Western Conference. Tonight's meeting will likely decide who takes the number 1 seed. It's getting playoffy around here. And it's time to ball. At the ball.
Loose ball, Yurtsevich. Put it back up, missed that reverse side. Rebound, Jokic. Breakaway for Jamal Murray. Right-handed tomahawk.
We go home, we protect our house, all right?
Let's go Nuggets.
KCP over to Murray. Summer step drive. Reverse side dunk for Jamal Murray. All up in your face. Peyton Watson to the rim. Got that thing home with the left-handed tomahawk. And then he flexed it to Denver bench. Timeout, Utah.
It's the Nuggets and Timberwolves. Now, from Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado, here's the voice of the Nuggets, Jason Kosmiski.
And Ball Arena crowd to its feet.
On the Altitude Radio Network.
Greetings, Nuggets fans. Far and wide. With Mark Bertinoli in the NBA Tonight studios, I'm Jason Kosmiski coming to you live from Ball Arena, and this is Nuggets basketball. The opening tip-off tonight is brought to you by Central City. Take I-70 to exit 243 in the Central City Parkway. Your 4 lanes to fun. Well, I mean, we've talked about this game a lot, and yes, it's the game of the year. But Nuggets radio listeners, I'm not going to lie to you, man. And I'm not saying that I don't want the Nuggets to win. But I've been saying this for a month. I still believe in my heart the second seed is better than the first seed. Throw that out the window. Let's win the damn game. It'll be Jokic against Rudy Gobert at the midcourt circle. We got the gang back together again. The original starting 5 here for Denver. And the tip is controlled by Rudy Gobert, and the Minnesota Timberwolves move it left to right, and we are underway. Mike Conley has the top of the key over to Gobert. Gobert peels off to the high left side, hands off behind him over to Conley. Conley's inside the arc, left side by McDaniels, head fake and a drive to the baseline, cut off by Porter. Can't shoot. Throws back out behind him over to Naz Reid. Naz Reid down the lane, bank shot, way out the mark. Rebound Jokic, outlet pass off over to Gordon. Nuggets looking to crack the scoreboard first. They're on top here 2-0. In the paint is Gordon. Kick out 3, Casey. Air ball. Rebound comes down to Gobert. That had to have been deflected. And here comes Conley the other way. Conley has it on the high left side. He throws top of the key over to Reid, back over to Conley. He's got it out there by Nikola Jokic. He puts it on the floor, gets down the lane. Layup is up and in. And Minnesota cracks the scoreboard first 2-0. Now, having said what I said in the open, what you don't want are the Nuggets to fall down to the 3 seed, right? And that all could happen tonight. Jump shot by Murray, up and in for 3. Denver's got their first lead of the game. They're on top here 3-2. Back the other way come Conley. He's up the left sideline. Guarded out there by Jamal Murray. Picked up now by Gordon as they switch to pick and roll. Conley has it through the window over to Gobert. Oh, my God. He throws that. Who is that? He threw it right to Jalen Pickett on the Denver bench. And back the other way come the Denver Nuggets. They lead it here 3-2. But on top of everything else, folks, forget all the stuff. But, I mean, you don't want to lose the season series to both Oklahoma City and Minnesota, right? I mean, you got to win the game. Down the lane is Jokic. Left-handed sweeping hook shot won't go. Rebound down to Naz Reid. Obviously no Karl Anthony Towns again here for Minnesota. Here comes Ant. Edwards has it. He goes to the left hand, drives down the lane, layup is up, and no good. He missed the money. Rebound down to Gordon. Nuggets lead 3-2 at the basketball. In the corner, KCP 3. Yeah! 6-2. Denver's big lead of the night. They're up by 4. And here comes Conley. We played a little bit more than 2 minutes to begin the basketball game. Over to Edwards. Edwards has a dribble handoff over to McDaniels. McDaniels has it right side over to Reid. Reid guarded by Jamal Murray. Throws out of it over to McDaniels and a 3. Good. Now you lead down to 1. It's 6-5. Jamal Murray has the basketball here for Denver. He throws out of it over to Aaron Gordon, who gets it across the timeline. Guarded out there by Rudy Gobert. Throws off over to Jokic inside the arc. Guarded by Naz Reid. Miscommunication, and Joker throws it away. In the front court, Reid has it. Dunk, 2 hands. Minnesota in the lead by 1, 7-6, and Jamal Murray complaining to the third official. And here comes Denver back the other way. Aaron Gordon has it right side of the midcourt circle. We played 3 minutes in the basketball game. Inside the arc over to Nikola Jokic. Jokic has it behind the nail. That's going to be a foul on McDaniels, not letting Murray get to a spot. He just kind of roughed him up and wouldn't let him go to a spot. Just a little like that. KCP on the inbound, deflected out of bounds by Conley. That'll be Denver basketball on the inbound again with 13 on the shot clock. And here we go. Murray looks in. Guarded by McDaniels. Throws it off over to Joker at the baseline. Guarded by Reed. It's an ISO. He gets the paint. Spin around hook shot is up and in. 8-7 is the score. Denver back in the lead here by 1. Conley has it on the high left side. Gets it off over to Ant. Edwards brings it back over to the point. Slip pick, Gobert, pick and roll. Stripped out of, Casey just spiked the basketball too. But he spiked the basketball down, but he caught it, right? So it's not a tech. Baca says he never let go of it. Now the referee's talking about something. And that'll be Denver basketball on the side here. And Conley will look in. Oh, he never actually spiked it. Good job, Baca. Inbound, that's one good thing you've done all year. Gobert hands it off behind him over to Edwards. In the corner over to Conley. Top of the key, Reed and a 3. Let him shoot that all day. Rebound comes down to KCP. Outlet pass off over to Jamal Murray. Nuggets lead it by 1. Murray dips his shoulder, gets the lane blocked by either Reed or Gobert. Take your pick. Loose ball comes down to Conley. Up the left sideline. Bounce pass on the wing over to Reed. Guarded by KCP. Throws out of it over to Conley. Back over to Reed. Reed at the dotted line. Stripped out of his hands and a steal by KCP. Outlet pass off over to Gordon. Cross court Porter to 3. Yeah! 4-point lead for Denver. 11-7. Now remember, folks, in my opinion, Minnesota's the best defensive team in the league, or at least for sure in the West. So the higher scoring this game is, the better it is for Denver. The Ant-Man has it at the dotted line. Jump shots on the way and in. Now you lead down to 2. It's 11-9. Here comes Jamal Murray up the right sideline. He gets a high pick there from KCP. He goes to the left hand. He gets down the lane, dump off to the knees of Gordon, and another turnover for Denver. That's their second of the quarter. Here comes Edwards the other way. Edwards has it at the point, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound down to Michael Porter Jr. Nuggets lead it by 2 here. It's 11-9. Porter has it, bottom part of the midcourt circle. Picks up his dribble. Head fake on the 3. Throws it off over to Jokic inside the arc. Jokic hands it back off over to Porter at the wing. Fadeaway. Good. Michael Porter Jr., 2 for 2. He has 5 here so far in the first quarter. And here comes Conley the other way. He brings it back out over the point, guarded there by KCP. Back behind him, over to Reed, right side Edwards. Edwards guarded by Jamal Murray, top the key to Gobert, flip back Edwards. Left side Conley, open 3. Good. Now you lead back down to 1. It's 13-12. I mean, I seriously got to believe if you have 2 quarters that are 30 points or more in this basketball game, Denver will win. KCP over to Gordon for 3. That one's off the back of the rim and no good. Rebound down to McDaniels. Outlet pass off over to Edwards, and Minnesota's looking to retake the lead here on Denver. Edwards has it against Murray. He gets to the dotted line against Murray. Spins in the paint, up and under layup. No good. Rebound comes down to Murray. Edwards wanted a foul, didn't get the whistle. Murray has it. He's inside the paint, leans in, layup, no good. Tipped by Gordon, won't go. Got his own rebound. Over to KCP for 3. Missed it off the back of the rim. Rebound Murray tipped it right over to Nas Reed. Reed has it up the left sideline in the corner over to Conley. Jabs once at Jokic. Lobs it off over to Gobert. Turnaround layup is up and in. And Minnesota's back in the lead here by 1, 14-13. And we have a timeout coming next whistle. In the paint, Jokic, great seal on Reed, got fouled, got it, and a foul as well. It'll be an and one free throw for Joker when we come back in a moment. Denver leads it in the first quarter 15-14, and you're locked in to the Altitude Radio Network.
The Honda you want is here, so drive in the moment with the versatile Honda CR-V or Accord, all from the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Accord and a 2.9% APR on a 2024 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Men, this is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. The one you love is the light of your life. And if you're like most of us, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner. ED is a relationship destroyer. It can contribute to depression, distancing, conflicts, and even breakups and divorce. And what's so disturbing about this is that most men who suffer with ED can be successfully treated, but a lot of guys don't seek treatment when they should. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we have protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases. In fact, if you're like most guys, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and maybe find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. So call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
3 days only. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Save thousands on hot tubs and swim spas. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. National Western Complex. Hot tubs discounted 40 to 80% to the lowest possible price, starting at $29.99. Free professional delivery. Take possession tomorrow, next week, next month, or next season. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Shop over a dozen models of swim spas from 11 feet to over 19 feet. Swim spas offer low-impact exercise, active family fun, unsurpassed relaxation, and installation in one day. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. Everything must go. Free parking, free admission. You can't afford to miss this. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. Friday, noon to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
The driver was texting and slammed right into me.
The insurance company doesn't care.
The car was speeding and I was rear-ended.
The insurance company doesn't care.
Does anybody care?
I'm Kyle Backus. At Backus & Schenker, we do care. If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, call a law firm built to win. Call 222-2222. At Backus & Schenker, winning matters to us because it matters to you.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Nuggets fans, don't forget if one of your Nuggets gets a double-double tonight, tomorrow Wendy's get a free 6-piece nugget, crispy or spicy with any purchase. 100% white meat chicken breaded to crispy perfection. Valid tomorrow, only one per person at participating Denver, Front Range, and Colorado Springs Wendy's restaurants. You know, on a side note, I've been reading this read for years, but they have crispy or spicy in parentheses. So as a radio guy, how do I actually read that? Open parentheses, crispy or spicy, close parentheses, whatever. Free throw made by Jokic on the and one. Just things I think about. Here comes Ant the other way, inside the arc over to Anderson, back over to Gobert, 10-foot floater, short, rebound down to Nikola Jokic. Joker has it across the timeline. Nuggets lead it here by 1, 15-14. Inside the arc is Jokic. Hands off behind him to KC, flips it behind his head, back over to Joker. High pick there from Porter and a 3. Yes for Joker! Nuggets lead it by 4, 18-14. Less than 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. High right side is Ant. Right side over to Gobert. Back over to Ant. Edwards puts it on the floor. Throws out of it. 3-pointers on the way by Monte Morris, and that one is up and in. Nugget lead down to 1 again. It's 18-17. Folks, if you don't think this thing's coming down to the wire, this is going to be a fourth quarter game. High left side over to KCP. KCP guarded by Edwards. Top of the key over to Jokic. Jokic has it inside the arc against Monte. Gets double teamed with Gobert. Throws out of it to KCP. Gets a pick from Joker. Short clock, three-pointer. No good for Contavious. Rebound down to Gobert. Outlet pass off over to Monte. Monte has it right side of the midcourt circle. He throws out of it over to Gobert. Gobert has it. Back over to Monte. Monte throws it right side over to Anderson. Slow-mo in the paint. Turnaround jump shot. Up, no good. Rebound down to Joker. Joker brings it up the left sideline. Guarded out there by Gobert. He's inside the arc. Hands it out behind him to Reggie Jackson. Jackson goes to the left hand. Stops at the baseline. Guarded by Gobert. Throws out of it over to Jokic. Guarded by Monte Morris. Former teammates. He spins on him. Throws out of it over to Christian Brown. Brown attacks the paint. Leans in. Reverse side layup won't go. And the rebound comes down to Rudy. I think he got hit in the mouth. Rebound comes down to Edwards. He has it on the high right side. Gobert's okay. He's already in the front court here for Minnesota. Edwards goes to the left hand. Guarded by Jokic. Drives past him. Up and under. Layup is up and in. Boy, that was nifty. Minnesota back in the lead by 1, 19-18. Reggie Jackson has it on the high left side. The scoring pace favors Minnesota. Reggie in the paint. Jump shot. Bank no good. Tip by Joker is up and in. Denver back in the lead by 1. Peyton Watson is up and off the bench here for Denver with less than 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Edwards has it. Back behind him over to Monte. Monte goes to the left hand. Dribble handoff over to Anderson. High pick there from Gobert. Moves off of that. Slow-mo. Bank shot. No good. Rebound tipped by Joker. Grabbed by Gobert. Cut off by Porter. Throws it right to Joker. He's got numbers in the front court. Porter has it. Wing jump shot. Good. 3-point lead for Denver. Timeout, Chris Finch. Nuggets lead at 22-19. 2.5 left to go in the first quarter on the Altitude Radio Network.
Mosher.
I saw a comment from one Jaden McDaniels.
Lombardi.
Jaden McDaniels said this.
It's a good matchup for us, but I think we're the better team.
I love young studs being confident. I love that. But, hey, man, be careful what you wish for. Why are you asking for that?
You're talking about the defending champs. You don't say that. You don't say dumb stuff.
Wake up with Brett Kane at 6 a.m. Then it's Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane at 7. Altitude Sports Radio, 92.5. Nuggets fans, you always show up and make the game what it is. So we think you deserve a better betting experience. For a limited time at Fanatics Sportsbook, bet and get up to $1,000 in bonus bets over 10 days. Welcome to the most rewarding sportsbook, Fanatics Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the Denver Nuggets. Bonus bets expire within 7 days. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app. Must be 21 plus and present in Colorado. Have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Nuggets fans, did you know that nearly 75% of all aluminum ever produced is still in use today? Which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back. For every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come, Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Denver Nuggets. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
It's basketball season, and Denver fans, that means it's party time. Applejack Wine and Spirits is the place for all your parties and events, big or small. With low prices, great service, and the best selection of wine, spirits, and beer, Applejack's roster goes deep. Stock up before tip-off and never miss the action. Here's your winning game plan. Shop online at Applejack.com for free delivery on orders of $150 or more. And shop our stores in Wheat Ridge, Thornton, and now in Colorado Springs. Always Applejack.
With 35 plus locations and more coming soon, you're sure to have a Cobblestone near you. Save time, save money, and go unlimited with Cobblestone Car Wash. When you sign up for an unlimited plan, you get to enjoy the benefits and wash all you want with no contract required. Just ask a Cobblestone team member for more details, or visit cobblestone.com to find a location near you and sign up today. Cobblestone Car Wash, official car wash partner of the Denver Nuggets. Go Nuggets!
Looking for some fun and excitement day or night? Grab those crazy friends and family and head up to Central City. Visit a craft brewery, try a new Asian restaurant, explore shops and galleries too. Celebrate the perks of adulthood, Central City style, with hundreds of slots, table games, sports books, live entertainment, and bars open 24/7. You can even grab a hotel room too. Take the quick, easy Central City Parkway, I-70 to exit 243. Your 4 lanes to fun.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Ivon is a proud local sponsor of the Denver Nuggets. Download the free app using code NUGGETS to start earning cash back on groceries and more tonight. Ibotta, cash back every time you shop. Also, tonight's game is brought to you by Ball Corporation. The future is in your hands. Recycle it. Minnesota coming out of a timeout. Denver leads at 22-19. High right side, it's Anthony Edwards. Nikhil Walker-Alexander checked in during the timeout. Edwards to the rim. Easy layup is up and in. Nugget lead down to 1, 22-21. Up the right sideline is Reggie Jackson. Top of the key over to Peyton Watson. Inside the arc over to Jokic. Jokic hands it off over to Casey. Gets down the lane. Layup is up and in. Less than 2 minutes to go now in the first quarter. Denver leads at 24-21. Ant has it. Left side. Head fake on the 3. Driving a dish there by Walker. Back behind him over to Edwards. Edwards turns the corner. Can't get past Christian. Throws it off over to Slow-Mo. Back behind him is Naz Reid. Naz Reid down the paint. Jump shot is on the way. That one's up and in. 24-23 is the score. And here comes Reggie Jackson the other way with 90 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Miscommunication between him and Joker. Joker left his spot. Reggie threw it to where he was. And that'll be an easy turnover there by Denver. Now Minnesota gets a lead back with a bucket. Across the timeline, here comes Walker. Alexander Walker has it on the high left side, guarded by Peyton Watson. Drives on him, leans in, layup blocked by Peyton Watson. Loose ball comes down to Joker. 5-on-4 to Watson. Layup no good. He hit the bottom of the rim. Rebound comes down to Edwards. Outlet pass off over to Reed. Reed has it top of the key to Edwards. Over to Slow-Mo. Kick out 3 in the corner. Jump shot is up and in by Monte Morris. 2-point lead now for Minnesota with less than a minute to go. And here comes Reggie Jackson. Jackson has it on the high left side. Throws it off over to Jokic. Tip pass over to Watson in the corner. Guarded by Monte. Lobs it off over to Jokic. Gets double teamed. Fouled and the bucket is good. And 1 free throw. Might be on Monte here. Yeah, it's on Monte Morris and an 1 free throw coming up here for Joker. Holiday comes on the floor now for Denver. See, I know the bench is getting a lot of business, folks, and rightfully so, but I really like these 3 wings on the floor here for Denver. Free throw missed by Joker. I like Watson, Holiday, and Christian Brown. They haven't had a lot of time together. But I think there could be something there. Down the lane is Edwards, throws it off over to Anderson. Jump shot is up and in. Minnesota leads it by 2, 28-26. And here comes Joker. Joker has it up the right sideline. High pick from Christian Brown. Throws it off over to CB in the paint. He leans in. Little jump shot won't go. Got his own rebound. Can't go back up. Brings it back out on top over to Reggie Jackson. Difference between game and shot clock, 6.2 seconds. Over to Jokic. Jokic double team. Behind his head, Reggie. Deep 3. Off the back of the rim and no good. Rebound down to Naz Reid. 3 seconds left here for Minnesota. He's got to get a stop. Edwards gets a foul from Christian Brown. Denver had 1 to give. And that'll be Minnesota basketball on the side. Aaron Gordon going to come in for defense. And Nikola Jokic will come out. And here we go. Monte Morris looks in with 1.6 seconds to go. Denver needs a stop here. Naz Reid blocked at the 3-point line by Peyton Watson. His second block in the first quarter. Minnesota leads it after 1. It's 28-26. We'll take a timeout. Second quarter comes your way next on the Altitude Radio Network.
Hey, Colorado, April is a great month to save big on a new Jeep or a new Ram truck at Johnson Auto Plaza. The Johnsons are offering huge incentives all this month when you buy that new Jeep during the Jeep Celebration event or a new Ram truck during Ram Truck Month. Shop their 40 acres of inventory in person or shop online at johnsonautoplaza.com. Johnson Auto Plaza, just north of E470 on Highway 85, johnsonautoplaza.com.
Crazy to think of everything that's happened in the last 25 years, but one thing that's remained as consistent as ever is Plumline Services. From Fort Collins to Castle Rock, Plumline Services has been earning the trust of Coloradans with plum-crazy service and pricing on plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, and drain cleaning. Plumline and Carrier. Turn to the experts. Schedule your service online at plumlineservices.com. For 25 years and counting, Plumline Services, partnering with great brands like Carrier. Service at home, servants at heart.
Win a Ford Bronco Sport at Century Casino and Hotel Central City this Memorial Day. Play Buck and Bronco every weekend through May 27th. Winners picked every half hour, playing for free play and finalist entries. Triple prizes awarded in each nightly finale. Play on Tuesdays and Fridays earns bonus entries for weekend drawings. Plus, each Sunday earn entries for the finalist barrel. Take I-70 to exit 243 to the 4-lane Central City Parkway. If you believe you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
This past year, we've gone from the perfect conditions for spending money to the best conditions for saving it. And at Premier Members Credit Union, we can help you cultivate a green thumb for growing your own money into more money. With great rates of return for money market savings accounts and CDs, you can harvest the savings you always wished you had. Learn how to grow your own money with 5% APY on your first $2,000. Premier Members Credit Union. Join us at becomepremier.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
3 days only. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Save thousands on hot tubs and swim spas. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. National Western Complex. Hot tubs discounted 40 to 80% to the lowest possible price, starting at $29.99. Free professional delivery. Take possession tomorrow, next week, next month, or next season. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Shop over a dozen models of swim spas from 11 feet to over 19 feet. Swim spas offer low-impact exercise, active family fun, unsurpassed relaxation, and installation in one day. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. Everything must go. Free parking, free admission. You can't afford to miss this. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. Friday noon to 8 p.m. Saturday 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Copyright broadcast of the Denver Nuggets brought to you by the law firm of Berg Simpson, reminding you any rebroadcast of this game is strictly prohibited without the written consent of the Nuggets or the NBA. When the game is on the line, go to BergSimpson.com. That's BURGSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. Denver basketball coming out of the timeout here as we begin the second quarter. Watson has it across the timeline. Guarded by Kyle Anderson. Top the key over to Reggie Jackson. He gets a high pick from Aaron Gordon, who slipped it, gets down the lane, finger roll layup won't go, tapped out by Gobert and grabbed by McLaughlin, who checked in during the timeout. Cross-court pass, he throws it off over to Walker, dribble handoff Conley, top of the key Anderson. They're going to call a foul on Denver on the lob entry pass into Rudy Gobert. That's going to be on Justin Holiday. I'm sorry? That'll be on Reggie Jackson. And here we go. Inbound goes to Conley. Conley has it against Christian Brown. Throws it off over to Gobert. Back over to Conley. Conley working against Aaron Gordon. Lobs it down low over to Gobert. Gobert working against Christian Brown. Dumps it off down low to Anderson. Blocked again by Watson at the rim. His third block in the first half. Loose ball down to Christian Brown. Brown has it on the high left side. Top the key over to Watson. Catch and go to the paint. Dumps it off down low to Reggie. Reggie, kick out three over to Gordon. He puts it on the floor. Drives on Gobert. Tried to hand it off over to Peyton Watson, and he turns it over. Loose ball comes down to Conley. Conley has it on the high left side. Dribble handoff over to McLaughlin. Brings it back to the point. Right side over to Walker. Walker at the dotted line. Loses the basketball. Picked off by Peyton Watson. Back behind him over to Reggie Jackson. Jackson has it at the point. Throws it in the corner. Holiday three. Money. Got it. Denver back in the lead by 1 at 29 to 28. Denver 5 of 10 from downtown, and that's a good start for them shooting the basketball. Back the other way is Conley, split the defenders with the dribble, driving a dish behind him to Gobert, can't handle the pass. Loose ball down to Gordon. Ooh, that was a double dribble. Over to Reggie Jackson, now Christian for three. Off the back of the rim and no good. Rebound tipped around, it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Denver, and that'll be Minnesota basketball. Nuggets lead it by 1 at 29 to 28. Important for the second unit here to hold their own. And so far they have. Conley on the high left side over to McLaughlin. Gets a pick from Gobert. Driving a dish over to Anderson. At the dotted line, lobs it down low to Rudy. That's offensive foul. That should be. He completely shoved off on that entry pass. Let me see a replay on this thing. It should have been an offensive foul. Here we go. McLaughlin looks in. That's what AG was saying, too. Inbound goes over to Conley, guarded by Christian Brown. He goes to the right hand, top of the key over to Walker. Walker, couple of dribbles, picks it up, back behind him over to Anderson. Left side, Conley in a three. Short, no good. It goes over the backboard and out of bounds. Naz Reid is up and off the bench now for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Inbound goes to Reggie Jackson. Nuggets got to find a way to get this north of 53 before halftime. Reggie in the paint on Gobert. Bank shot won't go. Rebound tipped out by Anderson. Loose ball down to Conley. Conley has it on the inside the arc. Off to Anderson. Blocked against the rim by Peyton Watson. And they call a foul on Peyton Watson, and Denver might want to challenge this one here. Oh, come on. Might have got him with the body. I mean, if they challenge that, they're going to lose it because they're just going to say got him with the body. Kyle Anderson to the free throw line. He'll get 2 of them. Free throw number 1 is on the way, and that one is up and in. Referees tonight are 3 people that wear black pants and gray shirts. The number 1 is for certain a number 1 referee in the NBA. However, on occasion, he thinks he's just as important as the players, and he lets his emotions fly. Other than that, he's a great ref. The number 2 should be a number 3, and the number 3 is lucky enough to be in the NBA. In my opinion. Second free throw is up and in, and here comes Reggie Jackson. Jackson has it across the timeline. He has it at the midcourt circle, gets a high pick there from Aaron Gordon. He puts it on the floor, stutter step, crossover move, floater's on the way in. 31 to 30, Denver's back in the lead by 1. And back the other way comes Walker Alexander. Alexander Walker. Pass picked off. Christian Brown's got one man to beat. Euro step. Layup good. He picked Alexander Walker and then just rode right up on his right hip and laid that thing in. Nuggets lead it by 3. High left side is McLaughlin. He brings it back out over the point. Lobs it out over to Naz Reid. Free throw line extended. Guarded by Justin Holiday. Spin move. Jump shot. Won't go. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Aaron Gordon. Nobody's getting back from Minnesota. Gordon quickly up the floor, driving a dish behind him, and he missed Reggie and threw it away. Reggie saying he was held in transition, but obviously the second referee missed that one. He was too. And here we go. Here comes Mike Conley. Conley has it. Dribble handoff over to McLaughlin. Top of the key against Gordon. Left side now it's Conley. Inside the arc now is Reid. Guarded by Reggie Jackson. Naz Reid. Working against Reggie. Spin move at the mid-post. Jump shots on the way. That one won't go. Rebound tipped around. Run down and then grabbed by Alexander Walker. Back behind him to McLaughlin. Back over to Walker. Top of the key now. McDaniels. McDaniels in the paint. Jump shots on the way. That one is up and in. He got to roll. Nugget lead down to 1, 33-32. Window open for Jokic and the boys to come back in whenever they so decide. Reggie Jackson has it on the high left side. So far, it's an 8-man rotation for Denver. Bounce pass off over to Gordon, got fouled, and that'll be Denver basketball on the side. 8 or 9? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 9-man rotation here for Denver, and Bert and I were talking about this in the pregame show. Bert's question was valid for once. Will this look like a playoff rotation? And as of now it is. It's a first-round playoff rotation where you only use 9 guys. And then after that, you shorten it by 1. And then after that, you shorten it by 1. Then eventually you just play 6 or 7 dudes to try and win you the championship. Here's Reggie Jackson, step-back 3. That one's way off the mark. Hit the bottom of the backboard. Loose ball comes down to Conley. He's fouled by Reggie Jackson coming back the other way. Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter Jr. all going to come back in for Denver. Gordon will come out. Reggie Jackson comes out. Holiday comes out. So then the next man up is KCP. And then you let Gordon get about a 4-minute breather, 3-minute breather, and he'll come back at about the 4-minute mark. Here comes Gobert as soon as Jokic is back on the floor. And here we go. McLaughlin gets it in over to Conley. Throws it off to a cutter. Naz Reid. Reverse side layup. Blocked by Watson. That's 4. Tough outlet pass, though, by Denver, and they throw it away again. Conley gets the outlet pass off over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin has it. He goes all the way through the lane on the baseline. Kick out over to McDaniels. Drives in on Watson to the dotted line. Jump shot is up no good. Rebound Gobert. Putback is up and in. Minnesota back in the lead by a point here. It's 34-33. Less than 7 minutes to go in the first half. Watson has it high right side over to Porter. Top of the key, Murray. Over to Jokic, who straddles the three-point line. Gets it off over to Porter. Porter back over to Jokic. Jokic dribble handoff over to Murray. Turns the corner. Throws it off down low, and Murray throws it away. You got to take care of the basketball. Naz Reid, right side, McLaughlin. Head fake and a drive on Christian Brown. Behind him, Conley 3. Rims out. Denver dodged the bullet there. Rebound comes down to Michael Porter Jr. Mike has it at the midcourt circle. Throws it off over to Murray. Back over to Mike. Mike's in the paint. 8-foot floater. No good. Hit glass only. Rebound down to Gobert. Bucket here. You call a timeout. McLaughlin has it. Right side over to Conley. Conley top the key to Naz Reid. Reid gets a pick from Gobert. 8-foot floater. Jumpers up and in. Timeout Denver. Nuggets are down 36-33. We have 6:05 left to go in the first half, and we're back in a moment on the Altitude Radio Network.
Join the Denver Nuggets Last Chance Tickets database. Just in time for the 2023-24 season, you'll gain exclusive access to limited ticket offers, ensuring you never miss the excitement of a Nuggets game. Join today at Nuggets.com.
Inspiration spurs action, and action gets it done. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Dunright Kitchens, Baths, Finished Basements, Windows and Doors. Our schedule's filling fast, so take action and reserve your spot. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more you. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more you. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more you. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
3 days only. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Save thousands on hot tubs and swim spas. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. National Western Complex. Hot tubs discounted 40 to 80% to the lowest possible price, starting at $29.99. Free professional delivery. Take possession tomorrow, next week, next month, or next season. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Shop over a dozen models of swim spas from 11 feet to over 19 feet. Swim spas offer low-impact exercise, active family fun, unsurpassed relaxation, and installation in one day. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. Everything must go. Free parking, free admission. You can't afford to miss this. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. Friday, noon to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Men, this is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And though I generally talk about medicine and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction and other men's sexual health issues, today I want to talk about love. Because love is the best reason to get treated for your ED. You see, ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can cause depression, arguments, breakups, and even contribute to divorce. But the good news is that if you're like most men suffering with ED, you can be successfully treated at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and put a stop to the relationship stresses that ED can cause. I say this with all confidence because we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. Truly, it's likely you'll find you're performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and get the love back in your life. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, lasting joint pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Visit QCkinetics.com to schedule a free consultation. Nuggets basketball brought to you by Plumbline Services. For all your plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, and drain cleaning needs, go to PlumblineServices.com. Servicing Castle Rock to Fort Collins. Service at home, servants at heart. Michael Porter Jr. has his pass deflected in the backcourt. They're going to say over and back it was not deflected. So another turnover for Denver. This was one of the keys to the game. That'll be the 8th turnover for Denver halfway home in the second quarter. Naz Reid has it on the high left side, guarded by Peyton Watson. Hands it off over to Edwards. Edwards working against Jokic, now picked up by Watson. Top of the key over to Monte Morris. Left side now is Edwards. Gets a pick from Gobert. He gets to the nail. Fadeaway jump shot. Good. Big lead of the night so far from Minnesota. They're up by a nickel, 38-33. Jokic has it. Fakes a handoff over to Murray. Jokic back behind him over to Jamal. Jamal goes to the left hand. He goes through the baseline on Gobert. Loops back out over to the point. Loses the basketball and turns it over. 9th turnover. And dunk. Nuggets are helping out the Minnesota Timberwolves way too much. Denver's not taking care of the basketball. Denver's down by 7 here. High right side is Jamal Murray. That's a foul on Rudy Gobert. Just roughing up Jokic a little bit too much, setting that pick. 10-0 run here by Minnesota. Aaron Gordon going to come back in the game. Peyton Watson goes out. And here we go. KCP looks in. Denver can't turn the basketball over anymore. Minnesota completely dictating the pace here in the first half. Gordon hands it off over to Murray for 3. Jumpers up and in. That'll help. 40-36. Denver's down by 4. Remember when I was asking for 2 30-point quarters by Denver? They're at 36 here. We have 4.5 left to go in the first half. Minnesota is an elite defensive team. Edwards has it. Guarded by Porter. Behind him over to Monte. Monte picked up by Michael Porter Jr. He backs him up, drives in on him, crossover move, dotted line jumper. That one's off the mark and no good. Rebound down to Jokic. Jokic has it up the right sideline, guarded by Gobert. He gets in the paint, spins him out, leans in, layup good. 4-0 run by Denver makes it a one-possession game, 40-38. McDaniels, top of the key, over to Gobert. Less than 4 minutes to go. Gobert has it at the point. Refs have done a good job. Not a lot of whistles here. Edwards has it. Top of the key, McDaniels. McDaniels inside the arc, drives in on Jamal, leans in, layup is up and in. 42-38 Minnesota. Murray has in the front court over to Porter. Top of the key, Jokic. Jokic is inside the arc. He gets bumped by McDaniels, no whistle. Hands it off over to Porter. Porter head fake, gets double teamed. Back behind him over to Murray with 8 on the clock. Murray against McDaniels. Great pick, Joker. Murray has it. Somebody's got to shoot it here. Joker leans in the paint, blocked by Gobert. Loose ball comes down to Anthony Edwards. Excellent defense by Minnesota. McDaniels behind the back to Gobert and a dunk with 2 hands. Minnesota's the better team as of now. That's going to be a foul on Naz Reid. He just gave a shove on KCP. Louisville. 14-5 run here by Minnesota. Denver basketball on the side. Inbound goes to Michael Porter Jr. Throws it out on top over to Jamal Murray. Less than 3 minutes to go in the period. He goes to the left hand, beats Gobert off the dribble, leans in, layup is up and in. Here comes Monte Morris the other way. Throws it on the high left side over to Kyle Anderson. Bounce pass is stolen by KCP and knocked out of bounds. That's going to be a foul. Oh, they're going to say it went off of KCP and out of bounds. And that'll be Minnesota basketball. Substitution's now Conley going to come back in. And Monte Morris goes out. Timeout! Timeout! And now a timeout called on the floor. Nuggets are down by 4. We're back in a flash late in the first half here on the Altitude Radio Network.
You've got Denver Nuggets basketball on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Get your energy, get your spirit. Let's go take this game.
Coming up after the game, we're reacting with you on In the Paint with Dan Tanner.
Hey Nuggets Nation, this is Dan Tanner. Coming up after the game, I'll break down the action, check the highlights, and take your calls, texts, and tweets. And we'll look ahead to what's next for your reigning NBA champion Denver Nuggets.
In the Paint after every Denver Nuggets game on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Hey Nuggets fans, did you know that nearly 75% of all aluminum ever produced is still in use today? Which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back. For every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come, Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Denver Nuggets. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Every fan of every team.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone who follows LeBron, Tatum, and Embiid in the app. Every warrior who's ready to go to battle over 3-point percentages. Every streetwear king who's here for the tunnel fix. Every young buck, nugget, and grizzly who wants to take a peek behind the scenes of the league. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth. Download the NBA app today. Available in the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
If it's chicken you're hankering for, you won't find any better than Redbird Farms chicken. Sports fans, Vic Lombardi here with my better half, Terry Lombardi.
Hey, sports fans.
You know what I love most about Redbird Farms? There are no added preservatives or water. You can cook the chicken straight from the pan. No mess.
Yeah, when's the last time you cooked anything?
Stick to the script, please. You can find Redbird Farms chicken at your local King Super, Safeway, and City Market.
Can you even find the store, Vic?
All right, this would be a good time to run the jingle.
Redbird Farms.
Men, this is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and you've heard me talk a lot about how treating low testosterone can improve your sleep, your workouts, your energy levels, and more. But today I want to talk to you about your sex drive, because low testosterone can have a significant impact on your desire for intimacy. It can even be a factor in erectile dysfunction, and if you're in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship, a low sex drive could really be a problem. The good news is that if you're like most guys, treating your low testosterone could really change the way you feel about sex, giving you back the flame and desire that is so important when you love someone. So if you're feeling sluggish and tired, if you're not sleeping well, if your workouts aren't that great, and most of all, if your sex drive is more like a putt, make an appointment at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and have your testosterone levels checked. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Back in Denver, it's 10 seconds for legal ID on the Altitude Radio Network.
KKSE-FM Broomfield, Denver. This is Denver Nuggets basketball. Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Kyle Anderson has it off over to Conley. Minnesota coming out of the timeout. Conley, top of the key to Anderson. Left side over to Edwards. Edwards working against Michael Porter Jr. Tough 2, fighting the clock, hit glass only. That should be a shot clock violation. And it is, and that'll be Denver basketball coming back the other way. Nuggets basketball brought to you by Applejack Wine and Spirits in Wheat Ridge, Thornton, and Colorado Springs, and always open at applejack.com. Here comes Aaron Gordon. Good to have him back. Inside the arc over to Nikola Jokic. Hands it off over to Murray. Murray throws it down low over to Gordon. Back over to Jokic. 9-footer. Jumpers up and in. It's a one-possession game here, 44-42. And here comes Anthony Edwards the other way. That stopped a Minnesota 14-5 run. At the midcourt circle is Edwards. Gets a high pick from Conley. Not a bad pick for a point guard. Veteran point guard, mind you. Edwards, right side over to Conley. Back over to Edwards. 5 on the shot clock. He gets in the lane. Leans in. Tried to alley-oop to Gobert. Leaking out as Porter the other way. Shovel pass Murray to 3. Yes! Denver's back in the lead by 1. 45-44. Murray, 3 of 3 from downtown. Conley split the defenders, gets down the lane. Layup is up and in. He beat KCP there on that dribble. Kentavious has the outlet pass off over to Murray. Nuggets are down by a point, 46-45. He goes to the right hand. Gets down the lane. Throws it over to Gordon for 3. Missed it short. Rebound tip to Porter. Blocked by Kyle Anderson. Loose ball comes down to McDaniels. Outlet pass off over to Edwards. In the corner, Conley 3. That one's good. 49-45. Minnesota answers that run quickly. We have less than a minute to go here in the first half. Denver down by 4, 49-45. Murray has it. Takes a deep 3. That one's no good. Put back up and in, though, by KCP. They didn't box him out. Nuggets within 2, 49-47. And now Minnesota can go 2 for 1. They got to kill about 8 seconds off the shot clock here. Anthony, a stop and a bucket here would be ideal. Edwards has it at the point. Throws it cross court to Anderson for 3. Jumper's no good. Rebound Gobert. Foul on Joker. Just gave him a little shove in the back. Layups up and in, and an and 1 free throw coming up here for Rudy. So not really the way the Nuggets really wanted to end this first half. Denver will trail at halftime. And folks, I've been saying it for a month, and I'm going to say it again. I want the Denver Nuggets to win this basketball game. Okay? You need to know that. Free throw by Gobert is up and in. But I'm telling you, second place is better than first. But if you lose tonight, you run the risk of being third, and you do not want that. That's just my opinion. Here comes Jokic. Jokic in the paint, leans in, little floater, no good. He got fouled by Kyle Anderson. It's either Anderson or Conley. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be on Anderson, and Joker to the free throw line here for Denver. And here comes Peyton Watson into the game here for Denver. That means Porter more than likely will come out. First, the free throw here by Joker. Joker in the first half tonight, 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Free throws on the way for Joker, and that one's up and in. He'll have one more. Watson in, Porter out for the final 17 seconds here of the first half. Timberwolves lead it here 52-48. Second free throw here for Joker. And that one's good. 52-49. Denver down by 3. Shot clock is turned off. And here comes Anthony Edwards. Edwards picks the basketball up. He's across the timeline. Bottom part of the midcourt circle. 10. Guarded out there by KCP. 7. Here comes a high pick from Conley, who slipped it. Edwards to the left hand on Peyton Watson. Throws it behind him to Anderson. Right side, Conley, the 3 at the horn. Missed it, and we're at halftime. Denver trails by 3. It's 52-49. We'll take a timeout. Then my main man, Mark Bertinoli's got the halftime report. Coming up next on the Altitude Radio Network.
Denver Nuggets basketball.
Stolen by Denver. Nuggets have the numbers 3-on-1. Murray Brown layup good.
Nuggets halftime is next on the Altitude Radio Network.
You're aggressive, and I got your back.
Headed up the hill for some fun and excitement in Central City? Guests come first. Want to play craps? They'll make room for you at the table. Don't get sports betting? They'll teach you. Like steak? They'll cook it just right. There's lots of casino options too. Colorado owned and operated, Asian themed, craft brewery focused, and casino hotels too. So next time you're going up the hill, take the quick and easy drive to Central City, I-70 to exit 243 and the Central City Parkway. Your 4 lanes to fun.
Philong Ford in Denver is one of the fastest growing commercial vehicle centers in the nation. We've expanded and become one of the leading sources for commercial vans and trucks, both in sales and service. Coming this year are eco-friendly work trucks like the F-150 Lightning and the all-new electric Transit. Not only do we sell these vehicles, we service them as well with our state-of-the-art facility and great service staff. So whether you need Rangers, F-150s, cargo vans, or even F-750s, we are your one-stop shop for sales and service. Go online to phillongdenver.com and just click the link that says Fleet Customers, click here.
Nuggets Nation, it's time to elevate your game day look. Explore AltitudeAuthentics.com for fresh new merch to start the season and cheer on your team in style as they defend their title as NBA champions. Visit Altitude Authentics today.
Tyler from Wendy's here. The best part of Wendy's new Cinnabon Pull-Apart is every part. Unlike mornings, which have no good parts. Until now. Because with Wendy's new breakfast Cinnabon Pull-Apart, mornings finally don't completely suck. And now that mornings have warm cinnamon sugar rolled dough and ooey gooey frosting, are they the best part of every day? Probably not, but you get the idea. Get to Wendy's today and get the best part in every bite with the new Cinnabon Pull-Apart.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, Cinnabon is a registered trademark of Cinnabon Franchise or SPE LLC.
1 in 10 Coloradans has unclaimed property, like unpaid wages or uncashed checks. Thanks to the Great Colorado Payback, you can reclaim what's yours. At the end of the day, it's your money, and it should be with you.
Brought to you by the Colorado Department of Treasury and the Colorado Broadcasters Association.
Denver Nuggets basketball.
What's up, baby? What's up, MVP? Yeah, boy!
This is the Intermountain Healthcare Halftime Show.
Energy, get your spirit. Let's go take this game. Okay?
On the Altitude Radio Network, here's Mark Bertinoli.
This halftime report is brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Welcome, along with Jordan Berg. I'm Mark Bertinoli. We're coming to you live from the studios here in Denver. And after the opening 2 quarters of hoops at Ball Arena, the Minnesota Timberwolves lead the Denver Nuggets 52-49 in the biggest game so far in the regular season as the number 1 overall spot in the Western Conference is up for grabs for the winner tonight. All right, coming up here in your first intermission report, we will go over all the other games in the NBA, the NHL, and Major League Baseball. That is all just around the corner. Altitude Sports is streaming on Fubo. Watch the Nuggets, more live TV and sports without cable. Visit FuboTV.com. That's FuboTV.com. Let's go ahead and listen to the highlights from the first half of this game as both the Nuggets and the Timberwolves played and won last night. Now they face off in an absolutely huge game. The Timberwolves and the Nuggets have the exact same record, the best record in the Western Conference. The winner of this, if Minnesota wins this game, it's almost a guarantee that they're going to get the number 1 overall seed. It's something ridiculous, over 90% chance of them getting the number 1 overall seed if they win. The Nuggets, if they win tonight, have an almost 80% chance of getting the number 1 overall seed. As both Minnesota and OKC have the tiebreaker against the Nuggets, Denver has to finish with a better record than both those teams. In this matchup tonight, it had a playoff feel to it. It had a playoff feel at Ball Arena. It had a playoff feel through the first half. And this game was tight. We started off in the first quarter with Nikola Jokic.
Joker has it across the timeline. Nuggets lead it here by 1, 15-14. Inside the arc is Jokic. Hands off behind him to KC. Flips it behind his head. Back over to Joker. High pick there from Porter to 3. Yes for Joker. Nuggets lead it by 4, 18-14.
Joker is the leading scorer in this game. He's got 17 points in 19 minutes. He is 7 of 9 from the field. He also has 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals in the contest, as he had 11 of those points in the first quarter alone. And then the Nuggets bring in the defense.
And here we go. Monte Morris looks in with 1.6 seconds to go. Denver needs a stop here. Naz Reid blocked at the 3-point line by Peyton Watson. His second block in the first quarter.
Peyton Watson has as many blocks as the entire Minnesota Timberwolves team combined in the first half. Swatson with 4 block shots in that first half in just 10 minutes of action. 10 minutes on the court. Peyton blocked 4 shots in that first half. But Minnesota had the lead after what? It was a 2-point lead for the Wolves. It was 28-26. MPJ was 7 points in that first quarter for Denver. So to the second quarter we go, and Minnesota would go on a run, but then Jamal Murray stepped up to put a stop to that.
10-0 run here by Minnesota. Aaron Gordon going to come back in the game. Peyton Watson goes out. And here we go. KCP looks in. Denver can't turn the basketball over anymore. Minnesota completely dictating the pace here in the first half. Gordon hands it off over to Murray for 3. Jumpers up and in. That'll help. 40-36. Denver's down by 4.
Timberwolves have 2 players in double figures, Mike Conley and Anthony Edwards. Nuggets have 2 players in double figures, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Jamal with 11 points at half for the Nuggets, as statistically, the first half of this game is almost even. I mean, Wolves are shooting 50% from the field. Nuggets are shooting 49% from the field. Nuggets are shooting 44% from 3. The Wolves are shooting 42% from 3, and there's not a whole lot of free throws in the first half. Minnesota shot 3 free throws. They were 3 of 3. The Nuggets shot 4 free throws. They were 2 of 4 from from the free throw line in the first half of this game. But every time the Nuggets would do something, Minnesota would respond like this.
Joker leans in the paint, blocked by Gobert. Loose ball comes down to Anthony Edwards. Excellent defense by Minnesota. McDaniels behind the back to Gobert and a dunk with 2 hands. Minnesota's the better team as of now. That's going to be a foul on Naz Reid. He just gave a shove on KCP.
Rudy Gobert, 9 points and 9 rebounds, 1 steal and 1 block shot for Minnesota so far. But once again, to close out the first half, it was the Blue Arrow.
Edwards, 5 on the shot clock. He gets in the lane, leans in. Tried to alley-oop to Gobert. Leaking out as Porter the other way. Shovel pass Murray to 3. Yes! Denver's back in the lead by 1. 45-44. Murray, 3 of 3 from downtown.
The Minnesota Timberwolves have a slim lead over the Denver Nuggets. After the first half, it is 52-49. Wolves on top. Altitude Sports is streaming on Fubo. Watch the Nuggets more live TV and sports without cable. Visit FuboTV.com. That's FuboTV.com. We'll continue with your Nuggets halftime report after a break on the Altitude Radio Network.
The Intermountain Healthcare Halftime Show on the Altitude Radio Network.
There are trucks. Then there's the truck. GMC Sierra. With available features like the V8 engine, the ultimate luxury interior, and of course, the available world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck. GMC's continued commitment to professional grade engineering is on full display at your Colorado GMC dealers. Come take a test drive today and see for yourself. We are professional grade GMC.
Inspiration spurs action, and action gets it done. Remodeling season is here, and it's time for action. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Downright Kitchens, Baths, Finished Basements, Windows and Doors. A new and exciting look in your kitchen, bath, or basement, done right, priced right, fully guaranteed, and with your satisfaction in mind. Just give us a call, and we'll bring our showroom right to you and provide a firm, no-cost quote.
And I'm Todd Cicchini. 1/4-inch solid wood resurfacing, complete kitchen remodeling, custom countertops, first-class bathroom renovation, top-of-the-line replacement windows and doors, or new living space in that unused basement. That's done right for nearly 40 years now. Call us, 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com, and ask about our bank financing.
Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Our schedule is filling fast, so reserve your spot. drhi.com.
3 days only. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Save thousands on hot tubs and swim spas. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. National Western Complex. Hot tubs discounted 40 to 80% to the lowest possible price, starting at $29.99. Free professional delivery. Take possession tomorrow, next week, next month, or next season. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Shop over a dozen models of swim spas from 11 feet to over 19 feet. Swim spas offer low-impact exercise, active family fun, unsurpassed relaxation, and installation in one day. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. Everything must go. Free parking, free admission. You can't afford to miss this. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. Friday, noon to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
The Intermountain Healthcare Halftime Show on the Altitude Radio Network.
Nuggets basketball is brought to you by Central City. Take I-70 to exit 243 in the Central City Casino Parkway. Your 4 lanes to fun. Welcome back to your halftime report where the Timberwolves lead the Nuggets 52-49. The Nuggets after tonight will have just 2 games remaining in the regular season. The NBA playoffs, well, at least for the Nuggets, begin in 10 days from today. The NBA play-in tournament will start next week. The Nuggets face the Spurs in San Antonio on Friday, and then they close out the season with an afternoon game on Sunday in Memphis against the Grizzlies. Nuggets Nation, when new customers bet up to $100 with Fanatic Sportsbook, they'll get up to $100 in bonus bets every day for the first 10 days. Win or lose, terms apply. Download the Fanatic Sportsbook app tonight. Nuggets won't know who their first round opponent is until after the play-in tournament, as the Western Conference is still so tightly packed. Right now, even after today's games, with only 4 days remaining in the regular season, there's only 5 teams that have clinched a playoff spot in the West. The Wolves, the Nuggets, the Thunder, the Clippers, and the Mavs clinched one tonight with a win as well, as they got to 50 wins on the season. But those are the only teams so far that have clinched. And the play-in tournament right now has the Suns, Kings, Lakers, and Warriors, but all those teams are so close that they could switch around at any moment. And the Suns are just a game back of the Pelicans for that number 6 spot. Phoenix could get out of the play-in, but that's as high as the Suns could climb, is into that number 6 position. Let's take a look at the scoreboard, brought to you by Premier Members Credit Union. In the NBA tonight, there's one game going on. Then the Suns and the Clippers are almost at halftime. There's about 5 minutes to go for half, and it's 47-36. Phoenix with the lead. Bones Highland leading the Clippers with 15 points right now. Devin Booker's got 16. Cavs beat the Grizzlies 110-98. Donovan Mitchell scored 29. The Hornets took down the Hawks 115-114. It doesn't really hurt the Hawks, other than the fact that Atlanta might have had home court in the play-in game against Chicago, but that's probably gone now. The Raptors and Nets played in Brooklyn, with the Nets winning 106-102. Luka scored 29 as the Mavericks topped the Heat 111-92 there in Miami. The Miami Heat are currently 8th in the East. They're going to play another play-in game, most likely against the Philadelphia 76ers. That's going to be a crazy play-in game between those two teams. And the final 2 games, Bucks over the Magic, 117-99, and the Oklahoma City Thunder absolutely blasted the Spurs, 127-89 OKC. At Premier Members Credit Union, you can save smarter for your future. Open a high-yield savings account and start getting the most from your money. Visit becomepremier.com to learn more. Timberwolves lead the Nuggets 52-49 at the half. Jason Kosminski with the second half next, right here on the Altitude Radio Network.
Mark Springer here for Bet365, and at Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every basket, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a three-pointer at the buzzer to tie the game, or a player goes 2 for 2 at the foul line. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be present in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This song doesn't have a name, but if it did, it'd probably be something about togetherness, because it's a collaboration, not between pop stars and producers, but between music therapists and kids. Music therapy is a treatment that doesn't involve medication or needles, and it's been proven to help children manage pain and contribute to faster healing. So it shouldn't surprise you, it's our favorite song. And just one way we partner with you for a life well lived. Intermountain Health. The power of we.
Joker's going to have the hook shot. Over the top he goes. He's so good!
2024-25 Denver Nuggets season memberships are on sale now. Let's it go! Yes! Full season memberships are sold out, but limited half and quarter season plans are available. Last season's membership plans sold out. Secure your seats before they're gone. Membership plans include playoff pre-sale access. Score your membership today at Nuggets.com.
And the crowd goes crazy!
Denver Nuggets basketball.
We're going to set it off with this. Let's go. Let's go.
All up in your face. Come back again. Come back again.
It's time for the second half.
Now there's some life in this building.
Here's the voice of the Denver Nuggets, Jason Kosminski.
All right, pick it up, Blue. Come on.
On the Altitude Radio Network.
Third quarter of Nuggets basketball is brought to you by the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Well, the Nuggets trail here at home at halftime on the game of the year, 52-49. Nuggets are down by 3. They have the basketball here to begin the third quarter. They move it left to right. Inbound goes over to Jamal Murray. Murray picked up by McDaniels. Gets it across the timeline. Dribble handoff over to KCP. Top of the key over to Aaron Gordon. Gordon throws it off over to Jokic. Wing jumper's on the way. That one misses. Great rebound by Murray. Kicks it out over to Porter for 3. That one's off the back. No good. Great rebound by Nikola Jokic. He's guarded by Naz Reid. Hands it off the corner to Porter for 3. That one's no good. Rebound finally gets knocked out of. That's the last touch by Minnesota. I don't care what they say. And that'll be Denver basketball. So Denver doing a much better job here on the boards to begin the third quarter. So this will be their fourth crack on the same possession. And here we go. Jamal Murray looks in. Throws it off over to Jokic, back over to Murray, turns the corner, 10-foot floater. That one's up and in. And that's what you call second chance points, people. Here comes Conley the other way. Nuggets are down by 1, 52-51. McDaniels has it off over to Gobert. Gobert, dribble handoff over to Edwards and a 3. Good. 55-51. Minnesota back in the lead by 4. Here comes Jamal Murray. Murray has it on the left side of the midcourt circle, guarded by McDaniels. High pick from Gordon. Murray moves off of that, stops. 13-footer. Jumper's good. Murray's got 7. Make that 15 in the game here. Up the right sideline is Conley. Top of the key now is Edwards. Edwards guarded by KCP. Goes to the left hand. Turns the corner on Jokic. Bobbled the basketball. Loose ball. Reed, he fell out of bounds. Oh, I don't know about that, Mr. Crew Chief. Might have to see a replay. He gave it to... Now, actually, I'll give him credit. At least this referee does not guess. I almost always believe what he sees is correct, this Crew Chief. He got the wrong replay from the television. Back the other way comes Anthony Edwards. Not wrong, just different. Edwards has it against KCP. Tough three-pointer. Good. It's 2 in a row for him. KCP just kind of shrugged his shoulders and like, what do you want me to do? Playing good defense. Sometimes great players make great shots. Here comes Murray. Murray goes to the left hand, takes a tough three. Got it! Denver's within 2, 58-56. Murray's 4 of 5 from downtown. He's got 18 in the game. Top of the key, Naz Reid, catch and go. One-legged floater won't go. He is really struggling shooting the basketball tonight as Naz Reid. He's 3 of 11. Here comes Gordon. Gordon working against Naz Reid. Throws on up to Jokic. Flip pass over to Murray. Murray backs up behind the three-point line. Bucket here. You tie the ball game up. Murray has it. In the paint. Jokic alley-oop. Dunk behind his head. Aaron Gordon. Nuggets look like a completely different team to start the second half. They are playing with some life here. Here comes Anthony Edwards. Edwards has it at the point. Throws it back behind him over to Conley. Back over to Edwards on the high left side, guarded by KCP. Has us back to the rim. He scored 6 points in a row. Edwards, bottom line jumper, flopped for a call and got rewarded by referee number 2. I think that was the right call. And that'll put Edwards to the free throw line. And Edwards will get a couple of them here. 4th-year player out of Georgia. He is beast mode. Free throw number 1 for him is up and in. Back-to-back NBA All-Star games. All-Star appearances for him. He's 11th in the league in scoring. He's had 29 30-point games this season. 2nd free throw for him is up and in. And Denver now trails by 2, 60-58. And here we go. Jamal Murray has it at the midcourt circle. They switch the pick and roll. Throws it off down to KCP. Conley got lost on defense there. Runner no good by KCP. Rebound swatted out over to Conley. We played a little bit more than 3 minutes in the period. Jumper for 3 by Conley is up and in. And now Denver trails by 5. And here comes Jamal Murray. Murray has it across the timeline. Murray's at the midcourt circle, goes to the left hand, shoots a 3. Short, no good. Rebound down to Conley. Outlet pass off over to Edwards. Edwards, stutter step and a drive in the paint, leans in, layup no good, foul on Denver. And that'll be on Nikola Jokic, and that'll put Anthony Edwards to the free throw line. Free throws tonight. Denver's had 4 of them. And this will be the 7th free throw coming up here for Minnesota. Free throw number 1 is on the way for Edwards, and that one is up and in. The Ant-Man shooting free throws at 84% on the season. He's the 4th NBA player this month to score 50 or more points. Maxey, Malachi, Flynn, and Booker. And you wonder why they, quote-unquote, changed the rules during the All-Star break. They flat out asked Luka Doncic on a podcast, is it easier to score 50 in the NBA or in Europe? He goes, it's way easier in the NBA to score 50. So after all these rules that changed for offensive players, and now the NBA front office is trying to get defense back into the game, quote unquote. They weren't very transparent about that. 3-point line, jumper won't go by KCP, and that'll be a shot clock violation on Denver. I don't know, folks, just one man's opinion. Denver's trying much harder here in the third quarter, but Minnesota has been the better basketball team so far. Edwards gets the inbound off over to Mike Conley. We've played 4 minutes here in the third quarter. Conley has it on the high right side. Bounce pass on top over to Edwards. Throws it right side over to Conley. Pass deflected and stolen. Gordon, front court, Casey, layup good. Points off of turnovers. Back the other way comes Edwards. 3-pointer. Missed it short. Rebound down to Porter. Nuggets are down by 4 with the basketball. Outlet pass off over to Gordon. Gordon has it up the left sideline. Guarded by Gobert. Throws it inside the arc over to Jokic. Back behind him over to Murray. It's a foul on Monte Morris. Murray through the window to Jokic. Layup is on the way. That one's good. Should have been a foul there too. Nuggets are down by 2, 64-62. And here we go. Naz Reid throws it in over to Mike Conley. So Conley brings it across the timeline here. He gets a tough pick on Gobert. Turns the corner. Throws out of it over to Naz Reid. Naz Reid drives down the lane over Gordon. Layup banked up and in. He struggled shooting the basketball tonight. With that make, he's 4 of 12. Here comes Jokic the other way. We played more than 5 minutes in the third quarter. Off over to Jamal Murray. Good pick by KCP. Murray goes to the left hand. Throws through the window over to Gordon. Kick out three, Porter. Yes! Denver's got it to within 1, 66-65. Anthony Edwards has it up the left sideline. He brings it back out over the point. Throws it left side over to Conley. Conley guarded by KCP. Over to Gobert. Gobert to Edwards. Easy layup over Murray. It's up and in. Jamal just kind of quit on the defensive end on that one. Nuggets are down by 3, 68-65. Murray has it across the timeline against McDaniels. Left side of the midcourt circle. Bounce pass to Porter. Down the rim he goes. Layup is up. No good. He missed a bunny left-handed. Timeout coming, next whistle. Edwards has it. Inside the arc. Throws out of it over to Naz Reid. Bobbled the pass. Gets it back against Porter. Shoves him out of the way. Crossover move. Gets down the lane. Layup good. Foul as well on Denver and Michael Porter Jr. And we have a timeout on the floor. So it'll be an and one free throw for Naz Reid when we come back in a moment. Denver's down a nickel on the Altitude Radio Network.
The Honda you want is here. Now is the perfect time to drive in the moment with the rugged and capable Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Find your adventure with great offers now available on the Honda you want. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Passport or Ridgeline and a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Pilot.
See dealer for financing details.
There's lots of reasons to make Central City your first stop when you're heading up the hill. Want to play craps? They'll make room for you at the table. Don't get sports betting? They'll teach you. Like steak? They'll cook it just right. That same bartender will be working every trip up and pour your shot of Tuaca as soon as you sit down. In Central City, guests come first. Get there in less than an hour. Take I-70 to exit 243 and the Central City Parkway. Your 4 lanes to fun.
3 days only. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Save thousands on hot tubs and swim spas. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. National Western Complex. Hot tubs discounted 40 to 80% to the lowest possible price. Starting at $29.99. Free professional delivery. Take possession tomorrow, next week, next month, or next season. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Shop over a dozen models of swim spas. From 11 feet to over 19 feet. Swim spas offer low-impact exercise, active family fun, unsurpassed relaxation, and installation in one day. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. Everything must go. Free parking, free admission. You can't afford to miss this. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. Friday, noon to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Hey, it's Andy Lindahl from my friends over at Big O Tires. You know, Big O Tires is the place I've been taking my car for over 20 years. Very loyal to these folks. Got honest service when I had my house out in Aurora. Had a shop just up the street that used to give me just real honest assessments, sometimes even telling me I didn't need work that I thought that I needed. And I've kept up that loyalty to Big O Tires as I moved out west. This is a company that I trust with great managers at multiple locations. Spring into savings at Big O Tires and save up to $120 instantly on select sets of tires through April 21st. Big O Tires is more than tires. They also do alignments, oil changes, air and cabin filters, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and more. And at Big O Tires, they know that sometimes the work done to your vehicle can be an unexpected expense. So Big O Tires makes sure you have the financing options you need to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape. With no credit needed financing to fit any budget or situation. They have 37 locally owned and operated locations in the Denver metro area, and you can find the one closest to you at BigOTires.com.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Your defending NBA champs are locked in and preparing for playoffs. Head over to Altitude Authentics at Ball Arena or visit AltitudeAuthentics.com for fresh new gear to cheer on your Denver Nuggets in style. Free throws here coming up here for Naz Reid. Nuggets basketball also brought to you by Central City. Take I-70 to exit 243 in the Central City Casino Parkway, your 4 lanes to fun. Free throw by Reid is no good. Here comes Jamal Murray the other way. He has it on the high right side. Denver's down 5. Murray lost lobs it off over to Gordon, stripped out of his hands and out of bounds. Last touch by Monte Morris. Monte saying it hit Gordon's shoulder. But I don't think Minnesota is going to challenge that call, so that'll be Denver basketball underneath with 8 on the shot clock. Inbound lob to Gordon, bobbles the pass, gets it at the nail. Backdoor cut, Porter, dog 2 hands. 1 possession game, 70-67. AG ties a season high with 8 assists with that bucket over to Porter. Back the other way comes Naz Reid. He goes to the left hand on Murray, leans in, bank shot is up, no good. Rebound Gobert, and he put it back up and in. Joker's got to do a little bit better job of boxing him out. Denver down by 5 again, 72-67. Jamal Murray has it up the left sideline. He's at the point, got it out there by McDaniels. Throws it off on top over to Joker. He's inside the arc. Jokic. Off over to Gordon, back behind him. Jokic 3. That's Gordon's 9th assist of the basketball game. That is a new season high. 72-70. Minnesota leads it by 2. Inside the arc is Monte Morris. Off over to Gobert. Back over to Monte. High right side is Anthony Edwards. 10 on the shot clock. Edwards working against Jamal Murray. Cross-court pass over to Reed in the corner. You got to shoot it. Crazy hook shot. Oh, my God. How do you call a whistle on that? That is the crew chief, and that's what I was telling you about. That's this classic. He's one of the best refs in the NBA, but at points in basketball games, he likes to be as important as the players. He loves it when the crowd boos him. And to me, personally, that's a problem. Now, don't get me wrong. He's an NBA Finals referee, but that would be the one hitch in the giddy-up against this guy. Free throw number 1 for Naz Reid is up and in. Christian Brown going to come in. Gordon will go out. And one more free throw here for Naz Reid. See, now Ball Arena has given the crew chief exactly what he wants. The refs you suck chant. That means he's important, right? Second free throw won't go for Naz Reid. Rebound comes down to Reggie Jackson. Outlet pass off over to Nikola Jokic. Jokic has it across the timeline. High right side over to Michael Porter, in my opinion, by the way. Over to Jokic, back over to Porter. Porter goes to the left hand. 10-foot split-legged jumper won't go. Rebound tipped by Jokic. That's a foul on the rebound. Called by referee number 2 against Minnesota. And that'll be Denver basketball on the side. 73-70 is the score. 4:07 left to go in the third quarter. And Christian Brown looks in. Throws it in on top over to Reggie Jackson. He brings it back over to the point. Inside the arc over to Porter. Gets a high pick from Jokic. Oh, that's a tough whistle against Minnesota. Foul on Kyle Anderson on the pick. Kyle wants them to challenge that. So that'll be a foul on Kyle Anderson, no relation to Pamela.
No, you are. You don't deserve to be on that good a team.
Denver basketball on the side. And now, of course, this crew chief who likes to make it a lot about him walks over to Kyle Anderson, makes sure everybody sees him on the floor, and has a long conversation. And now Jokic yells at the crew chief. So let's play basketball. No one's here to watch you talk to somebody. Good job, Joker. KCP top of the key over to Christian Brown. Remember, it's about the players, number 25. Nobody came here to watch you. KCP has it. In the paint over to Jokic. Got fouled and made the runner. Kyle Anderson again. And one free throw coming up here for Joker. Now Kyle Anderson back over to the crew chief. Once again, it's all about you. See, this is the problem. Whether it's for you or against you, this is what drives you crazy, right? I mean, this call favored the Nuggets, but this referee likes to make sure he's part of the show. Just call the damn game. Joker to the free throw line for an and one. This is Denver's first free throw attempt in the third quarter. Minnesota's had 7. And Joker misses it. Rebound tapped out by Christian Brown right over to Anthony Edwards. Back the other way comes Monte Morris, high right side over to Anthony Edwards. Nuggets are down by a point. Edwards has it right side of the midcourt circle, left side over to Monte. Catch and go inside the arc. In the corner, McDaniels 3, jumpers up and in. Nuggets are down by 4, 76-72. First one to 100 wins the basketball game. Jokic has it inside the arc against Gobert. Spins him inside and out. Bank shot is up and in. Denver down by 2, 76-74. Monte Morris has it. Top of the key over to Gobert. Gobert hands it off behind him over to Edwards. He goes to the left hand. He's inside the arc. He's guarded by KCP. That should be an offensive foul. Jumper good by Edwards. And a foul on KCP. This one's challengeable. It's referee number 2 that made that call. I mean, I think, just in my basketball eye, that is not a foul. The crowd's seeing it on the Jumbotron now. And Edwards will go to the free throw line. And one free throw for Anthony Edwards. This to put Minnesota up by 5. And that one's good, 79-74. And the Ant-Man has 14 points in the third quarter. Here comes KCP. Reggie Jackson. Ball tapped away by by Gobert. Jokic has it coming back the other way. Got fouled by Gobert. Layup is up and in. Gobert may get teed up here. He's right, though. I'm on Gobert's side here. Joker shoved him out of the way on that previous play and got away with one. And we have a timeout on the floor. If I was Rudy Gobert, I'd be a little ticked off myself. Yeah, that should have been a foul on Joker. Gobert's got all the complaints in the world. We're back in a moment on the Altitude Radio Network.
They were already Denver's longest-running afternoon sports talk show. Now, thanks to Nate Kreckman's boisterous snark.
Convinced sometimes you don't even know how snarky you really be.
And Andy Lindahl's inspired crankiness.
Do you feel inspired to be cranky?
I don't think it's an unfair assertion.
Kreckman and Lindahl have been voted best sports talk radio show by Westward Magazine's Best of Denver. Congratulating Nate and Andy.
Thank you, Westward.
Thank you, Westward.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate the kind words.
Kreckman and Lindahl. Weekdays 3 to 6. Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Joker's going to have to hook shot. Over the top he goes.
He's so good.
2024-25 Denver Nuggets season memberships.
And all the great moments to come. Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Denver Nuggets. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
Nuggets fans, you always show up and make the game what it is. So we think you deserve a better betting experience. For a limited time at Fanatic Sportsbook, bet and get up to $1,000 in bonus bets over 10 days. Welcome to the most rewarding sportsbook, Fanatic Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the Denver Nuggets. Bonus bets expire within 7 days. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app. Must be 21 plus and present in Colorado. Have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I got a nightmare phone call that no parent wants to receive.
Someone hit me going 60 miles an hour.
Dr. Ramos came highly recommended. When I showed him the x-rays, he immediately knew exactly what was wrong.
We've had a tremendous experience with Ramos Law. Really, I could not be happier. Having the car accident was an accident. Finding Ramos Law was no accident.
Injured in a car accident? Ramos Law can help. RamosLaw.com.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Nuggets basketball is brought to you by Central City. Take I-70 to exit 243 in the Central City Casino Parkway. Your 4 lanes to fun. Jokic to the free throw line here for Denver. He's got a double-double. Free throws on the way, and that one's up and in. Joker has scored 10 in a row here for the Denver Nuggets. And the Nuggets are now down here by 2, 79-77. Edwards has it. Foul on the pass, apparently. I don't know who. That's going to be a foul on Peyton Watson, and this will put Anthony Edwards to the free throw line here. And Edwards will get a couple of them. You know, it's going to be interesting because for you people that listen to me, I'm not a huge stats guy. I think some of them matter, but I don't let stats take over the broadcast. But it is interesting. Free throw number 1 by Edwards is on the way off the back of the rim and no good. At some point, stats are a real thing, right? Like, numbers are real. And if you look at it, Minnesota is a better basketball team when Karl Anthony Towns does not play. They're so much better defensively. So it begs the question. I have no idea what their contract situations are in Minnesota. Hang on, I'll finish my thought here in a second. Here's Reggie Jackson. He's right side of the midcourt circle, throws it off over to Holiday. Back over to Jokic. Denver down here by 3 points. Jokic inside the arc, drives in on Gobert. Split the defenders, takes a tough 2. Jumper's no good. Rebound Watson. Shot clock didn't reset. Three-pointer good by Reggie Jackson with .4 on the clock. And we're tied up at 80. Monte Morris has it on the high left side. He gets a pick there from Gobert. Takes a long 2. That one's no good. Flat-footed rebound down to Joker. Momentum shifts back to the Nuggets here with less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jokic got bumped by Gobert, no whistle. Backs him down, throws out of it over to Christian. Somebody's got a big shot here, right here on this possession. Jokic head fake on the 3, drives in on Gobert, layup no good. He got fouled and he'll go to the free throw line. That's just as good. So Joker to the free throw line, who's had a monster third quarter. But to finish my thought, is like, I don't know what the I don't spend my days off looking at everybody's salary cap. But couldn't one make the argument, if your numbers are better with Towns out and Naz Reid in, that is Karl Anthony Towns a trade piece? Like, as long you've developed Naz Reid, good job, Minnesota. But if you found a way to trade him, wait, Baca's got it pulled up here. Hang on, I'm going to have to look at that the next time out. Second free throw by Jokic is up and in. But you get my point, right? Like, can you trade Karl Anthony Towns for picks or smaller contracts now that you have Naz Reid? It's going to be interesting to see what Tim Connelly does in the offseason. But that's the offseason. Right now we're in the season. This is the battle for the first spot in the Western Conference, and the Nuggets are up by 1. Here comes Anthony Edwards. Fadeaway 3. That one's no good. Rebound down to Justin Holiday. Outlet pass off over to Reggie. Front court Watson gets down to the lane. Throws it off the Joker. Head fake on Gobert. Leans in. Layup good. Denver leads it by 3. 83-80. We have 1 minute to go in the third. 11-4 run here for Denver. Gobert drives in on Jokic. Can't get past him. Oh my God. Referee number 3 called a foul on Joker. Let's take a look at this replay. Does Joker want that to be challenged? He's normally the key here. No challenge by Denver, but Gobert's terrible at the free throw line, so that's probably why they didn't challenge it. 9-1 run here for Denver. Free throw number 1 is no good. First free throw by Gobert, missed it way left. That's why you don't challenge that call, because Gobert sucks at the free throw line. I mean, I'm just telling you the way it is, man. Second free throw for Rudy. That's a lane violation. Missed it again. Rebound down to Reggie Jackson. Told you. Just telling you the way it is. Here comes Jokic with a 3-point lead. Denver goes 2 for 1. You need to kill about 10 seconds off the game clock here. High left side is Reggie Jackson. He's guarded out there by Monte Morris. He goes to the right hand. 2 for 1 is open. Layup no good. Rebound down to Gobert. Gobert has it off over to Edwards. It's 5-on-4 until Reggie gets back. Alexander Walker, kick out three. McDaniels won't go. Rebound Christian. Man, he had Holiday leaking out. Now Denver can go for one shot. Best case scenario, you make a three, and you're up by 6 heading into the fourth quarter. At the worst case scenario, just make a bucket. High left side is Reggie Jackson. 7 seconds left to go. He's working against Monte. He goes to the right hand, turns the corner, has a shot blocked. Loose ball Gobert. Over to Walker. Never got a shot off coming back the other way. That was bad execution by a veteran in Reggie Jackson to close out the third quarter. At the end of the day, Nuggets lead it by 3, 83-80. One heck of a quarter by Nikola Jokic in that period. We'll take a timeout. Fourth quarter is coming up next on the Altitude Radio Network.
Next time you want to drive up the hill to play at the casinos in Central City, don't crawl up that old twisty canyon stuck behind slow buses and gravel trucks. Do what I do. Take I-70 to the Central City Casino Parkway. It's a quick, easy, scenic drive, and best of all, it's a modern 4-lane highway. Central City offers everything you need. Hotels, dining, bars open 24/7, and live casino action day or night. So remember, don't take old twisty, cruise I-70 to the Parkway and take the 4 lanes to fun.
There are trucks. Then there's the truck. GMC Sierra. With available features like the V8 engine, the ultimate luxury interior, and of course, the available world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck. GMC's continued commitment to professional-grade engineering is on full display at your Colorado GMC dealers. Come take a test drive today and see for yourself. We are professional-grade GMC.
3 days only. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Save thousands on hot tubs and swim spas. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. National Western Complex. Hot tubs discounted 40 to 80% to the lowest possible price, starting at $29.99. Free professional delivery. Take possession tomorrow, next week, next month, or next season. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Shop over a dozen models of swim spas from 11 feet to over 19 feet. Swim spas offer low-impact exercise, active family fun, unsurpassed relaxation, and installation in one day. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. Everything must go. Free parking, free admission. You can't afford to miss this. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. Friday noon to 8 p.m. Saturday 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Visit hottubandswimspasale.com.
Hi guys, it's Terry Lombardi. You haven't tried real chicken until you've tried Redbird Farms chicken. Juicy, tender, and full of flavor. It's all about the taste.
Yes, it is. Redbird Farms chicken guarantees you've never tasted chicken this good, which is why since 1949, their customers keep on coming back. Choose a healthier, vegetarian-fed, chemical and antibiotic-free and cage-free chicken. Enjoy your food again. Take it from the queen of chicken here. Find Redbird Farms chicken in King Super Safeway and City Market. Redbird Farms chicken. You can't put a price on great taste.
Joker's going to have to hook shot. Over the top he goes. He's so good!
2024-25 Denver Nuggets season memberships are on sale now.
Let's it go!
Yes! Full season memberships are sold out, but limited half and quarter season plans are available. Last season's membership plans sold out. Secure your seats before they're gone. Membership plans include playoff pre-sale access. Score your membership today at nuggets.com.
And the crowd goes crazy!
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Heck of a third quarter for Denver. They outscored Minnesota 34-28. Denver 60% shooters, 4 of 7 from downtown. That little nugget of the game brought to you by Redbird Farms, what real chicken tastes like. More info at redbirdfarms.com. Minnesota basketball to begin the fourth quarter. Nuggets lead it here 83-80. Bounce pass in the paint over to Naz Reid. Layup won't go, but a foul on Michael Porter Jr. And that'll put Naz Reid to the free throw line, and he'll get a couple of them. First free throw for him is on the way. That one's no good. And he'll have one more. Pretty sure I don't need to remind Nuggets fan or Minnesota fan if you're turning in from the frozen wasteland. Oh, he missed them both. This game here tonight essentially will determine who's the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Denver basketball coming back the other way. Here comes Reggie Jackson off over to Gordon from the free throw line. Jump shot won't go. Rebound comes down to Rudy Gobert. Back the other way comes Minnesota. High left side is Conley. Top of the key over to Naz Reid. Spin move on Michael Porter Jr. Back behind him over to Conley. Conley dribbles between his legs, working against Michael Porter Jr. Step back, long two, jumper won't go. Rebound Gobert. Put it back up and in. Nugget lead down to a point, 83-82. Nuggets at home this year, when they have the lead heading into the fourth quarter, are 28-3. Gordon behind him over to Christian Brown. Brown goes baseline. Loses the basketball and turns it over. McLaughlin lost it. Loose ball on the floor, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Denver. And that'll be Minnesota basketball the other way. So I think this is the rotation you're going to see in the first round of the playoffs, folks. It's a 9-man rotation. Conley has a top of the key over to Gobert, back over to Conley. I'll get into that a little bit more at the next free throws here. McLaughlin has it on the high left side. He drives in on Reggie Jackson, throws back behind him over to Conley, goes to the left hand, throws it away and out of bounds. Denver basketball coming back the other way. Nuggets lead it by a point, 83-82. If you get to 100, you win the basketball game. But make no mistake about it, Chris Finch, tip of the hat to him. Minnesota has dictated the pace here in Denver. They want it low scoring. They're the best defensive team in the NBA, in my opinion. That's going to be a foul. Whistle against Reggie Jackson, illegal pick. And here we go. Here comes McLaughlin. Lets the basketball roll. Picks it up, gets it across the timeline, guarded by Reggie Jackson. High pick there from Gobert. He actually set it there. Conley in the corner to Naz Reid for three. That one misses. He's really struggled shooting the basketball. Rebound down to Aaron Gordon. Gordon hasn't shot it well, but he's done everything else right. Gordon has it on the high left side against McLaughlin. He could go bully ball here if he wants to. Doesn't look like he wants a deal. Top the key to Reggie. 10 on the shot clock here for Denver. Non-Jokic minutes for the Nuggets. Alley-oop, missed dunk, but a foul on Naz Reid, and Aaron Gordon will go to the free throw line. Gordon tonight just 1 of 5 shooting, but he does have a season-high 9 assists and 5 rebounds, and he'll go to the free throw line. Free throw number 1 for AG. While we have a moment, 10 seconds for legal ID on the Altitude Radio Network.
KKSE-FM Broomfield, Denver. This is Denver Nuggets basketball. Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Second free throw here coming up for Gordon. So a 9-man rotation here for Denver. So if you're looking towards the playoff, who's the odd man out? So we haven't seen DeAndre Jordan or Zeke Naji. So this would suggest in the first round of the playoffs that Aaron Gordon would be your backup center. Now that is going to depend on who you're matched up against, so that obviously can change. Runner down the lane is up and in by Alexander Walker, and we are tied up at 84 points apiece. And here comes Reggie Jackson. Crossover move, beat McLaughlin. He gets down the rim against Gobert. Leans in. Layup. Good. Gobert took away the paint, and Reggie made him pay. He backed up too much. Back the other way comes Conley. Throws it off over to Naz Reid at the elbow. He's guarded by Peyton Watson. Spin move. Leads in. Blocked by Watson from behind. That's 5. Loose ball comes down. And another block shot by Christian Brown. Denver's got the basketball here. Denver leads it by 2 with the rock. Reggie Jackson has it at the point. He's guarded by Gobert. Right side Christian. Lobs it off over to Gordon. This is bully ball. Take him to the rim. AG puts it on the floor. Goes to the rim. Leans in. Layup no good. Tipped his own miss. Porter put it back up and in. Timeout Chris Finch. Denver leads it by 4. We're back in a moment on the Altitude Radio Network.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly.
I would recommend QC to anybody.
QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Call QC Kinetics at 719-581-6626 for a free consultation.
3 days only. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Save thousands on hot tubs and swim spas. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. National Western Complex. Hot tubs discounted 40 to 80% to the lowest possible price, starting at $29.99. Free professional delivery. Take possession tomorrow, next week, next month, or next season. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Shop over a dozen models of swim spas from 11 feet to over 19 feet. Swim spas offer low-impact exercise, active family fun, unsurpassed relaxation, and installation in one day. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. Everything must go. Free parking, free admission. You can't afford to miss this. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. Friday, noon to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Men, this is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. The one you love is the light of your life. And if you're like most of us, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner. ED is a relationship destroyer. It can contribute to depression, distancing, conflicts, and even breakups and divorce. And what's so disturbing about this is that most men who suffer with ED can be successfully treated, but a lot of guys don't seek treatment when they should. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we have protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases. In fact, if you're like most guys, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment and maybe find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. So call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
When friends and family come to visit, do what I do and take the short drive up the hill to Central City. It's only 30 minutes from the west side of town via I-70 and the Central City Casino Parkway. Central City offers everything your fun-seeking group desires. Hotels, dining, bars open 24/7, a craft brewery, and live casino action day or night. Central City isn't the big box, corporate-owned casino experience. It's Colorado-owned and operated, rich in history. Bring your friends and family, cruise I-70 to the Parkway, and take the 4 lanes to fun.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Portion of tonight's game brought to you by Fubo TV. Altitude Sports is streaming on Fubo. Watch the Nuggets and more live TV and sports without cable. Visit FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com. Things can change, people, but seriously, at the end of the day, this is the battle for the number 1 spot in the Western Conference here tonight in Denver. Nuggets lead up by 4. We're in the 4th quarter. Naz Reid has it. Minnesota comes out of a timeout. Conley 3. Jumpers, nothing but net. God, the older he gets, the better he gets. Like, his numbers are way up. 88-87. Denver leads it by a point. Anybody's ball game here. High left side is Reggie Jackson. High pick from Gordon. Non-Jokic minutes here for Denver. High right side is Watson. Spin move in the paint. Dumps it off. Gordon dunk, 2 hands. Great pass. Peyton Watson. Back the other way is McLaughlin. Less than 8 minutes to go in the ball game. McLaughlin high left side over to Conley. Conley has it against Peyton Watson, who has tied his career high in blocks in the game tonight with 5. Over to Naz Reid, guarded by Christian Brown. He's at the mid-post to the dotted line. Spin move over his right shoulder. Jumper won't go. Long rebound comes down to Christian Brown. Nuggets up by 3 with the basketball. It's a second unit, by the way. Over to Gordon, right to the rack. Dumps it off. Watson layup no good. He got fouled, and he will go to the free throw line. Why is Reggie standing at the free throw line? He better take the free throws than Peyton Watson. Come on, man. Peyton Watson, 67% free throw shooter. And I'll bet you anything that he makes them both. How do you like that? 67% free throw shooter? Bet he makes them both. He looks pretty calm. Got some cool shoes on. Free throw number 1 for Peyton Watson. That was good. Don't worry about it, man. I got it. 91-87 is the score. Joker back on the floor with Jamal Murray. Peyton Watson looking to put the Nuggets up by nickel here. Jamal Murray doing a good job of getting people in the right spots here. Second free throw, it's automatic for Peyton Watson. That one misses. Rebound down to Jamal Murray. It's even better. Top of the key over to Jokic. Jokic hands it off over to Murray. Turns the corner. Little floater. Bank no good. Foul on the rebound on Nikola Jokic. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably a foul. It's 4 on Joker. Well, folks, here you are. You're up 91-87 on the game of the year. You're at home. You have no excuse in the world to lose this basketball game. High right side is Anderson in the corner. 3-pointers on the way by McDaniels. That one won't go. Rebound down to Peyton Watson. Watson will bring it across the timeline. Picked up there by McDaniels. He goes to the left hand. He beat him off the dribble. And then Joker hit the floor in the backcourt. On the end line, and that's going to be foul on Gobert. I was away from the play, so I didn't see it. I'm assuming Gobert just shoved him down. Here's the replay. Oh, he just grabbed his arm and pulled him down. I mean, that was a pretty good flop by Joker, though. I'm not going to lie. Is that on Gobert? Yeah. That's 4 on Gobert, 4 on Jokic. And here we go. Christian Brown looks in. Throws it in over to Joker. Joker has it inside the arc. Less than 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Over to Murray. Murray at the dotted line, working against McDaniels. He goes to the left hand, beat him off the dribble. Throws it over to Joker at the nail. Jumper good. 93-87. Denver leads it by 6 points. This is Denver's big lead of the basketball game. Anthony Edwards has it at the midcourt circle. You got to kill about another minute until you can bring Gordon back in. He goes to the left hand, guarded by Murray. 3-pointer, short, no good. Rebound, Peyton Watson. A bucket here, Chris Finch, my friend. And you may have to call a timeout, buddy. Here's Porter. Throws top of the key over to Jokic. Jokic has it inside the arc. Fake to handoff over to Murray. Hands it off over to Porter. Porter turns the corner. Fadeaway jumper. Yeah! 21-8 run Denver. They lead it by 8. Their big lead of the game. Chris Finch, my buddy, you got to call timeout. We're back in a moment on the Altitude Radio Network.
Mosher.
I saw a comment from one Jaden McDaniels.
Lombardi.
Jaden McDaniels said this.
It's a good matchup for us, but I think we're the better team.
I love young studs being confident. I love that. But, man, be careful what you wish for. Why are you asking for that? You're talking about the defending champs. You don't say that. You don't say dumb stuff.
Wake up with Brett Kane at 6 a.m. Then it's Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane at 7. Altitude Sports Radio, 92.5.
Mark Springer here for Bet365, and at Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every goal, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a game-winning goal in the final seconds of overtime or a shot on goal in the first period. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be present in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tired of the traditional dining experience? Spice up your night out with Texas de Brazil and enjoy a unique concept and a festive upscale atmosphere. Texas de Brazil is a Brazilian steakhouse that offers guests endless servings of flame-grilled beef, lamb, pork, chicken, and sausage, cooked and served tableside by the restaurant Gauchos. Plus, the seasonal salad area of more than 50 items makes Texas de Brazil the steakhouse even vegetarians love. Texas de Brazil, located in the shops at Northfield, serving dinner nightly and lunch on Fridays.
Nuggets.
Hey, Colorado sports fans, Vic Lombardi here letting you know Altitude Sports is streaming on Fubo. You can watch the Nuggets, the Avalanche, and more sports, shows, movies, news, all of it. Over 350 channels streaming live on your television, phone, and other devices. No cable required. Best part, you can try Fubo for free. There's no contract or commitment. To start watching, just go to FuboTV.com. That's FuboTV.com.
This is Todd Frayton's heart. He's begun his wellness journey. This is its sound on a treadmill. At a slight incline. On a stroll through the forest. And this is the heart of Maria Sanchez, his physician. What's it doing here? A lot, actually. Because when we partner with you, we don't just offer a strategic plan and status updates. We put our hearts into it, beat for beat. We call it the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Fans, the NBA playoffs are on their way. But before they begin, it's the SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament.
Winner advances, the loser goes home.
8 teams vying for the last 2 spots in each conference.
Hurry!
Some teams will get in.
Do or die.
Others, they're coming up short.
Forget about X and O. Who wants it more?
It's now or never. The playoffs are calling, but first, you gotta win to get in. The SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament, April 16th through 19th on ESPN and TNT.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Hey, gang, one of your Denver Nuggets hit a double-double tonight, so don't forget tomorrow you can go to Wendy's and get a free 6-piece nugget, crispy or spicy with any purchase. Valid tomorrow, only 1 per person at participating Denver Front Range and Colorado Springs Wendy's restaurants. Minnesota basketball out of the timeout. Nuggets have their big lead of the game. They're up the Ocho. McDaniels has it on the left side over to Conley. Conley working against Jokic. He goes baseline, throws it off in the corner, back over to Edwards. Left side McDaniels and a 3. Get out. Missed it. Rebound comes down to Peyton Watson. Holy moly. A bucket here. You have a double-digit lead, and you're over halfway home in the fourth quarter. Murray. Oh, my goodness. He beat McDaniels off the dribble. Jump shots up and in. Denver leads it by 10. Their big lead of the night. Here comes Edwards the other way. First one to 100 wins. Edwards has it at the midcourt circle. Denver leads it 97-87. Edwards, left side over to Conley. That's a travel, man. He goes to the right hand, shoots a 3. Got it. He's deadly. The dude's awesome. Conley's just a machine. Here comes Murray the other way. Conley's got 19 in the game, 5 of 8 from downtown. Murray at the midcourt circle, 5 minutes left to go in the ball game. High pick there from Christian Brown. Through the window, pick and roll. Jokic throws it away. It was deflected. What are you looking at? Seriously, how do you miss that call? Ashley Moyer Gleach. You are 1 foot away from that play. Don't guess. Just tell us what you see. She got overruled by the officials. It'll be Denver basketball. Jokic has it. Oh, spin move on Gobert. Beat him badly. Left-handed hook shot up and in. 99-90. Denver leads it by 9. 4:45 to go. Here comes Mike Conley the other way. He's up the right sideline, guarded by Peyton Watson. Another 30 seconds, you get Aaron Gordon back. Bounce pass right side over to Conley, guarded by Porter. Through the window over to Gobert. Hands it off down low, and a dunk right-handed by McDaniels. Nice play there by Minnesota. And Denver basketball coming back the other way. The Nuggets will kill as much time as they can here. They'll let the basketball roll. He picks it up. Does Jamal Murray, gets it across the timeline. Throws it off over to Jokic. Jokic has it at the point, picks up his dribble, throws it back over to Christian. Dunk! 2 hands! You rock him, you chock him, you dunk on him, you get fouled by him, and that's the Kansas way. Denver leads it by 9. Oh, Christian, such a good play. Gobert got him. That's 5 on Gobert. Christian Brown, the N1 free throw. Missed it. Rebound tipped out of bounds. I think that's off Minnesota, and it is. Holy moly, you hit a 3-pointer. This is a 5-point play. Well, Jokic wants to inbound it quickly. Timeout called by Malone. Interesting timeout call there. We're back in 60 seconds on the Altitude Radio Network.
Beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings and priority booking by calling our heroes at Zero Res. This is Brett Kane. I had them out to my house, clean the carpets, get the air ducts done, and I'm so happy I did so because you can just tell it's fresher inside the house. It's cleaner, especially over the winter months. Think about all that dirt, that dust, that dander, that sludge that winter comes with. You're breathing that in. And as many as 1 in 5 Americans suffer from allergies caused by particles frequently found in the air inside their homes. So get Zero Res out to give you that fresh spring feeling. Over 9,000 raving reviews with a 4.9 Google rating, and you can see for yourself what all the hype is about. And this month, you can get 3 rooms Zero Resified from Denver's #1 carpet cleaner starting at just $109 and take $75 off your air duct cleanings. So call my friends at Zero Res now, 303-471-5150, or go online at ZeroResDenver.com and say you want the Altitude Special. Zero Res. Spell it backward or forward, it spells the same.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
101-92 is the score. 4:03 left to go in the basketball game. Nuggets looking to stand on top of the Western Conference with a win tonight over Minnesota. They will do that with 2 games to go at San Antonio and at Memphis. First things first, Nuggets lead it by 9, 101-92. It'll be Denver basketball underneath with 14 on the shot clock. If you get to 108, you win the basketball game. Denver's at 101 right now. Inbound goes to Peyton Watson. A dangerous pass handled by Jokic down the lane, layup blocked and out of bounds. There's going to be a foul called on Minnesota, and that one's going to be on McDaniels, and free throws coming up here for Nikola Jokic. What they say on the jump today? Nikola Jokic has only averaged 3.3 assists against Minnesota this year. Free throw number 1 is up and in. Well, Perk, he's got 37, 11, and 7 right now. He'll have one more free throw. Second free throw is on the way for Jokic. That one misses. Rebound down to Gobert. Nuggets lead it by 10. Hands it off over to Anthony Edwards. Edwards has it across the timeline, guarded by Murray. Stutter step in a drive, gets to the rim. Crazy shot, no good. Got bailed out by the official. And that might be a challenge here for Denver. And that's a whistle from the crew chief. Porter never says anything. He wants them to challenge that thing. You might as well do it before the 3-minute mark gets over. There you go. Tony Brothers is going to get challenged here. He may have blown a call. Michael Porter never says anything. And that'll be a challenge here. We'll see if Tony can figure out a way to make he was right. We're back in 60 seconds on the Altitude Radio Network.
It's Champion's replacement window season, and we're celebrating with buy 2 windows, get 2 free. If your windows are drafty, difficult to operate, or costing you money on your energy bill, it's time to replace them. Champion Windows is here to help. Champion builds our own windows right here in the USA. We make the process easy. We help you choose the best design options for your home. We then build your project in our very own factory. Our install team manages your project every step of the way, and it's all backed by our lifetime guarantee. Turn your house into your dream home with more livable space in a new Champion sunroom, or enhance your curb appeal with new siding, now 30% off. Don't wait. This sale won't last long. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and 30% off sunrooms and siding. Call 877-GO-CHAMPION or visit ChampionSaveNow.com to schedule a free in-home estimate today. All discounts apply to our regular prices. Select styles apply. Minimum purchase required. Cannot be combined with other advertised offers. See store or website for details.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Well, we have a challenge on the floor, and here's the big question of the night, folks. Is Tony Brothers going to have to admit he was wrong? The trauma continues. All 3 referees over at the replay monitor. He's got to find something to make sure he was right? I mean, that's the way it goes. See, he's pointing at the screen. You see this guy here? He may have brushed his laces. It's a long review. The call on the floor was a foul on Michael Porter Jr., and the Nuggets challenge that thing. And we'll find out if Tony Brothers will admit that he was actually wrong on a call. remember, this won't even be in the final 2-minute report, so you got bailed out there. Well, it's a long discussion here. Watch the crowd erupt if the challenge is successful. Here we go. So now he's actually a really good ref. He just thinks he's like a player. That's the only bad thing about him. He wants to be a part of the show. That's the one negative about him. He's actually a really, really good ref. And if Christian Brown gets out of the way, we can get the call here. Were you wrong, Tony?
There will be a jump ball between Edwards and Porter at the nearest circle. Timber will retain their timeout.
Oh, Tony, you missed one. So a challenge successful here by Denver. That'll be a jump ball between the two players. It'll be Michael Porter Jr. against Anthony Edwards. And Porter should win this. He'll probably tap it to Jokic. Whenever we're ready. Whenever we're ready. Anthony Edwards stole the jump, so that'll be Denver basketball coming back the other way. That's a foul? They called a foul on Anthony Edwards. I want to see the replay on that. Oh, he pulled down on Mike's shoulder. You know what, though? That's not a bad play. You might as well risk it, right? I mean, you're down by 10 with 3:47 to go. You might as well risk it and hope the refs don't call it. So a great call there by Tony Brothers. Free throws for Porter. That one's up and in. Nuggets lead it by 11. This is their big lead of the night. Now Jokic is getting all of his players on the same page here. Extension of the coaching staff is Nikola Jokic. Second free throw for Mike. That one's good. Nuggets lead at 104-92. And then Denver now with the stop can start playing clock. Anthony Edwards has it across the timeline. Left side over to Reed, in the corner to Conley for three. That one's off the mark. Rebound Reed, putback's up and in. Didn't get the stop, so now you still got to play basketball, but you can play deliberately. Inbound goes to Jamal Murray. Backcourt pressure being applied by Minnesota. Front court over to Christian. He's got Watson with him. Dunk that thing home! Right on Rudy Gobert! Oh, Rudy! Where you at, bro? Christian Brown just dumped that thing on your melon. Denver leads it by 12. Through the window is Anthony Edwards. Layup no good. Rebound down to Porter. Porter quickly up the floor. Denver's pushing the pace. Alley-oop. Dunk! Christian Brown! Let's go! Christian Brown! Denver leads it by 14. Timeout, Minnesota. I want to say who's your daddy, but I'm not going to go there. We're back at 60 seconds on the Altitude Radio Network.
This is Dan Kaplis. Many big problems in Colorado are caused by a lack of respect for the inherent dignity and value of human life. That lack of respect for human life is also behind the explosion of violence on our roadways, committed by reckless drivers who don't respect your life or anyone else's. Our firm has a long and distinguished track record of making these reckless drivers and their insurance companies pay in full so that seriously injured people receive the money they need to rebuild their lives. We're the only firm in Colorado history to win 5 straight multi-million-dollar jury verdicts in Colorado crash cases. Dan Kaplis Law is a serious firm for serious cases. We accept righteous injury cases on a percentage fee basis so that we can represent good people from all walks of life without regard to ability to pay. If you need my help, give me a call at 303-770-5551 or hit dankaplislaw.com. That's Dan, C-A-P-L-I-S, law.com.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Nuggets on a 24-10 run here in the fourth quarter. They lead it by 14 points. Christian Brown, left-handed tomahawk on Rudy Gobert. He threw him the brie cheese, and then he got an alley-oop dunk. Yeah, this team's fired up. Touch foul called on Jamal Murray. And that'll be Minnesota basketball on the side here. Nuggets lead it by 14 points. Alexander Walker looks in. Face guarded by Murray. Throws it off over to Gobert. Foul called on Nikola Jokic. 2 quick fouls called on Denver. They're trying to get Minnesota the free throw line here. Murray claps at Ashley's face like, good job. Get him to the free throw line. Make this game interesting. Inbound goes on top over to Walker. Throws it off on the high left side. Over to Edwards. 3-pointer read. Blocked by Watson. That's 6. He's got a breakaway. Dunk with the right hand. I'm a peacock, coach. You gotta let me fly. Timeout, Minnesota. We're back at 60 on the Altitude Radio Network.
Sick and tired of the achy joints? You dread the idea of surgery? Well, you need to call QC Kinetics today. Vic Lombardi here. Listen, the state of healthcare always changing, right? Old ideas like steroid surgery, they're no longer your only options. Regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics is transforming lives with innovative, non-surgical, drug-free treatment that deliver lasting results. Whether it's knee pain, shoulder pain, for me it's back pain. Don't let this kind of pain keep you from living your best life. Call QC Kinetics, the advanced state-of-the-art treatment to harness and direct your body's natural ability to restore and repair. It's a revolutionary approach. Get you going, long-term relief with no downtime. So make 2024 the year you can reclaim your mobility, reclaim your independence. Walk around, play, live without the danger and trauma of surgery. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation. 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986.
Denver Nuggets basketball on the Altitude Radio Network.
Chris Finch has seen enough. Here comes the end of the bench here. Nuggets lead it by 16 with 2:44 to go. Denver's starters are all out there. I don't think they saw this one coming. So it'll be Minnesota basketball coming out of the timeout here. We'll get the correct names here for you in a moment. Minnesota basketball, top of the key over to Luka. Luka hands it off back behind him. Stutter step in a drive, bounce pass down low, bobble the pass, triple teamed, dribbles around Porter, jump shot. Ugh. Crazy looking jump shot, and that one goes up and in by Leonard Miller into the game here. Denver lets the basketball sit in the backcourt to kill more time. He picks the basketball up there, does Peyton Watson. He's on the high left side. Dribble handoff over to Porter. Top of the key now, it's Jamal Murray. 2 minutes to go. Over to Jokic, slapped away from Luka from behind. Streaking out in the front court to dunk, 2 hands there by Jordan. That's not McLaughlin. That is, hang on folks, Josh Minot. Minot gets the dunk. Here comes Nikola Jokic across the timeline. He's on the elbow. Got it out there by Luka. It's Luka Garza. Throws out of it over to Jamal Murray. Behind the back, bounce pass back over to Jokic. Touch foul called against Garza. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up here for Nikola Jokic. Jokic 37, 11, and 7. So hang on. This is basically for my purposes here. Luka Garza is on the floor. We have Minot. We have Miller. Free throw number 1 by Joker is up and in. That is Leonard Miller. Dayshawn Nix is on the floor. And who's more? Wendell Moore is on the floor. Second free throw here for Nikola Jokic. Jamal Murray comes out of the basketball game. Murray, 20 points in the basketball game. High left side foul on Reggie Jackson. And now I think Malone's going to empty his bench. Here comes Zeke Naji. Malone's still not comfortable enough to bring in Hunter Tyson, Jalen Pickett, and Braxton Key into the game yet. I appreciate that. It's the biggest game of the year. Free throw number 1 for Moore is on the way, and that one is up and in. I'm sorry, that's Nix. Dayshawn Nix. Peyton Watson going to come out of the game. Career high 6 block shots for Peyton Watson and a huge hug from head coach Michael Malone. Second free throw here for Knicks. That one's up and in. Nuggets lead at 112-100, and Denver can play clock. Jokic hands it off over to Reggie Jackson. No reason for Joker to be on the floor right now. Here comes Reggie Jackson across the timeline. Hands it off over to Porter. Left side now, Christian Brown. Brown goes to the left hand. Puts it on the floor. Gives it back over to Jokic. Jokic spins on Garza. Gets down the lane. Little leans in. Little layup is up and in. Get him out of the game. No reason for Joker to be on the floor. He's got 41 points in the basketball game. High left side is Moore Jr. He throws top of the key over to Knicks. Hunter Tyson up and off the bench for Denver. In the corner, three-pointers on the way. That one is up and in by Minot. With 1:05 left to go. Inbound goes to Christian Brown. Here comes Jay Huff and Hunter Tyson off the bench here for Denver. A little bit too late, though. Here comes Reggie Jackson across the timeline. Less than a minute to go. High left side, Christian Brown. Three-pointer, Najee. Air ball. Rebound down to Porter. Put it back up. Missed that. And the rebound in traffic comes down to Miller. Miller has it across the timeline. He has it at the point, guarded by Christian Brown. Left side over to Knicks and a three. Jumper's good. 114-106 is the score. Denver leads it by 8. Inbound goes to Reggie Jackson. They got a foul. Reggie is trapped in the backcourt. He got bailed out late by the official. And that'll be a foul on Knicks. And that'll put Reggie Jackson to the free throw line. That'll get Joker and Michael Porter Jr. out of the basketball game. And Hunter Tyson and Jay Huff will come in after the first free throw. Man, what a game for Nikola Jokic. He's a problem. 41 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists in the basketball game for the three-time MVP. And Reggie Jackson to the free throw line. Now Strother's up and off the bench, and so is Jalen Pickett for the final 33 seconds. Free throws up and in. So everybody going to come out except for the free throw shooter, Reggie Jackson. One more free throw coming up here for Reggie. That one's good. And here we go. The inbound goes up the right sideline over to Moore Jr. He has it on the high right side. Jacks up a three. That jumper's no good. Long rebound down to Knicks. He spins baseline, guarded by Huff. In the paint, the pass deflected and stolen by Reggie Jackson. And Denver will get it across the timeline, and that'll be it. Oh, they're going to call a foul. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you delay the game a little bit longer? That's why you're number 3 referee in the NBA. No, actually, I shouldn't say that. You got to do your job. Referees shouldn't play clock, right? Although I wish they would. Free throw number 1 for Strother. Short and no good. He's a good free throw shooter. Jalen Pickett comes into the game, and Reggie Jackson will come out. Second free throw, no good. Strother's a good free throw shooter, too. Shot clock is turned off. And back the other way comes Minnesota. Down the lane, jump shot blocked, late whistle, and a foul called against Denver. And free throws coming up here for Miller. Free throw number 1 for Miller with 9 seconds left to go. That one is on the way, and that one is up and in. Well, folks, there you go. Top of the Western Conference with at San Antonio and at Memphis Les. Take care of business, and you'll get the number 1 seed. Second free throw won't go. Rebound down to Najee. Denver does have to get it across the timeline. Ballerina crowd to its feet. There's the horn. Denver sits atop of the Western Conference. They take care of the Minnesota Timberwolves. The final tonight, 116-107. 2 games to go. Oh, man, what a win. We have our post-game show coming up here in a moment. First, we have our walk-off interview. I kind of hope it's Christian Brown, man. That guy kind of... It's hard to change a game in 45 seconds, but that dude... I mean, there's a lot of good candidates here. And look at us go. He's going to take... Yeah, we got Christian Brown. Hey, CB, I'd like to welcome the fourth member of our broadcast team, Christian Brown, into the game here tonight, man.
How are you guys?
Hey, dude, listen, man. In 40 seconds, you changed this entire game, man. That was I almost cussed right there. That was unbelievable. 2 back-to-back dunks, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a fun run. I mean, and then Pay got one after that. So we did a good job of defending and getting on and running. And I think I said that yesterday, last game. You know, we're best when we get out and running. So it was definitely a fun stretch.
I said on the broadcast this was going to be basically your first playoff game of the year, quote unquote. Did it feel like that?
I mean, the fan energy definitely felt like that. It felt like a different game. Obviously, we know it was at stake. You know, it's just another regular season game, but we came in knowing, you know, the 1 seed was kind of on the line tonight, and I think we did a good job of, rising to the occasion.
Nugget fan wants to know how important the number 1 seed is to you guys.
Well, I mean, we love playing at home, you know, in front of the home crowd. Obviously, you guys give us energy, you know, and it means a lot to us, to play in front of you guys. But the 1 seed means a lot just because you're at home, you know, and we know it meant a lot last year. So, you know, it's good to be in the spot. We still got 2 games to win.
Hey, you and Jokic combined for 49 points, bro.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Hey, by the way, Jay Huff, look at him go. Look at that arm throwing these shirts up here. By the way, you won the plus-minus tonight. You were the best plus on the plus-minus, man. I'm just so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. I just love the way, as a young player, that you embrace the game of basketball. I don't know if that's a question, Christian, but I just love the way you approach the game, man.
Yes, I appreciate it. I mean, I love playing in front of, the fans and being at home. You know, I just want to win. Obviously, winning the second championship, would mean the world to all of us. So I appreciate that.
Christian, I want you to do me a favor. You're from Kansas. Get one of these footballs and throw it to me. It's fan appreciation. You can't throw. Look.
I was a running back. I wasn't a quarterback.
You can't throw?
No, I can't throw.
All right, I'm getting caught up on fan appreciation, man. Thanks for the time. Right. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go. Christian Brown tonight, man. I tell you what, he swung that game in 40 seconds. AG, up here. AG. Oh, I'm sorry. They're throwing... Oh, by the way, Coach Malone tied for second most wins in franchise history at 423. Remember, Doug Moe's banners hung up here at 432. All right, it's fan appreciation night. All the players are on the floor. And I just got a basketball, man. I just got it. You see that, Baca? Is that Strother? Hang on, I'm going to find a little kid to throw this. I'm sorry, Bert. I'm caught up in the moment. I'm caught up on first in the West. I'm caught up. Bert, do you remember when I saved your life by catching one of these basketballs about 10 years ago? I'm going to find a little kid to give this basketball to. Nuggets top of the Western Conference, 116-107, the final postgame show coming up in a moment on the Altitude Radio Network. Oh, my goodness. Can't tell you how big that bucket was.
This has been Denver Nuggets basketball with Jason Kosmiski. Coming up, highlights, coaches, and player interviews on the Denver Nuggets postgame. Next on the Altitude Radio Network.
You've got Denver Nuggets basketball on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Get your energy, get your spirit. Let's go take this game.
Coming up after the game, we're reacting with you on In the Paint with Dan Tanner.
Hey, Nuggets Nation, this is Dan Tanner. Coming up after the game, I'll break down the action, check the highlights, and take your calls, texts, and tweets, and we'll look ahead to what's next for your reigning NBA champion, Denver Nuggets.
In the Paint after every Denver Nuggets game on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Hey, Nuggets fans, did you know that nearly 75% of all aluminum ever produced is still in use today? Which means every time you recycle a ball aluminum can, it gets to come back. For every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come. Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Denver Nuggets. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
Nuggets fans, you always show up and make the game what it is. So we think you deserve a better betting experience. For a limited time at Fanatic Sportsbook, bet and get up to $1,000 in bonus bets over 10 days. Welcome to the most rewarding sportsbook, Fanatic Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the Denver Nuggets. Bonus bets expire within 7 days. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app. Must be 21 plus and present in Colorado. Have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them Lord you. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them Lord you. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them Lord you. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Denver Nuggets basketball. This is the Ball Corporation postgame show. The future is in your hands. Recycle it. Here's Mark Bertinoli.
Postgame shows presented by Ball Corporation. Futures in your hands. Recycle it. Welcome. Along with Jordan Berg, I'm Mark Bertinoli. We're coming to you live from the studios here in Denver as tonight the Denver Nuggets dominate the fourth quarter. They beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 116-107, and they take the top spot in the Western Conference with 2 games to go in the regular season. The Nuggets are 56-24. One more win will tie the franchise record for most wins in a regular season. 2 more wins, and it'll be the best season in the history of the Denver Nuggets, at least when it comes to the regular season. Just a whale of a basketball game tonight. That was some good hoops at Ball Arena this evening as the Nuggets come out on top. All right, here in the post-game show, we'll head back to Ball. We'll hear from head coach Michael Malone. I'll tell you about the other scores around the world of sports, what it means for the Denver Nuggets as the playoff picture is getting more and more solidified, but we still have a lot of things up in the air with just 4 days left in the NBA regular season. So all that is just around the corner. But first, let's listen to the highlights from the second half of this game, and most of them came from the fourth quarter. It was a tight, close game throughout. The Timberwolves have a 2-point lead after the first quarter. The Timberwolves had a 2-point lead at halftime. What's my math? 3-point lead. It was 52-49, Minnesota with the lead at halftime. So to the third quarter we go, and here comes the Nuggets.
Back over to Jokic. Denver down here by 3 points. Jokic inside the arc, drives in on Gobert. Split the defenders, takes a tough 2. Jumper's no good. Rebound Watson. Shot clock didn't reset. 3-pointer good by Reggie Jackson with .4 on the clock. And we're tied up at 80.
Reggie ties it at 80. We got there because Nikola Jokic went off. Joker tonight, just a ridiculous stat line. Again, 41 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals in 38 minutes. He was 16 of 20 from the field in this game. And he closed the third quarter by scoring 13 of the last 16 points for Denver in that frame. But it led to a Nuggets lead heading to the fourth quarter. Denver was up by 3. It was 83-80. Good guys. And then when it came down to winning time, that's when the Nuggets really took over. They went on a massive run in the fourth.
Fake to handoff over to Murray. Hands it off over to Porter. Porter turns the corner. Fadeaway jumper. Yeah! 21-8 run Denver. They lead it by 8. Their big lead of the game. Chris Finch, my buddy, you got to call timeout.
And he did. The Timberwolves needed a break because there was just something about the Nuggets offense in that fourth quarter where it seemed like it was unstoppable. It was helped by the defense. And, of course, Nikola Jokic just doing MVP things.
Jokic has it. Oh, spin move on Gobert. Beat him badly. Left-handed hook shot up and in. 99-90. Denver leads it by 9. 4:45 to go.
Joker with 41 points. Jamal had 20 points. Mike had 18. Those were the 3 players in double figures for the Nuggets tonight. But it was Christian Brown
who came in the fourth quarter and made a difference, and he did it by doing things like this.
Does Jamal Murray, gets it across the timeline, throws it off over to Jokic. Jokic has it at the point, picks up his dribble, throws it back over to Christian. Dog! 2 hands! You rock him, you chuck him, you dunk on him, you get fouled by him, and that's the Kansas way. Denver leads it by 9. Oh, Christian, such a good play.
Christian Brown and Peyton Watson both getting minutes late in a close game against Minnesota. Christian with a massive dunk right there. But how about this one?
Inbound goes to Jamal Murray. Backcourt pressure being applied by Minnesota. Front court over to Christian. He's got Watson with him. Dunk that thing home! Right on Rudy Gobert! Oh, Rudy! Where you at, bro? Christian Brown just dumped that thing on your melon. Denver leads it by 12. Through the window is Anthony Edwards. Layup no good. Rebound down to Porter. Porter quickly up the floor. Denver's pushing the pace. Alley-oop. Dunk! Christian Brown! Let's go! Christian Brown! Denver leads it by 14. Timeout, Minnesota. I want to say who's your daddy, but I'm not going to go there.
Okay, listen, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but that middle dunk by Christian might be one of the best in-game dunks I've seen in years. My man went up off his left foot, switched the ball to his left hand, and dunked on Rudy Gobert. Ball arena going crazy, Nuggets bench going crazy, and Denver outscores Minnesota 33-27 in the fourth quarter to get the 116-107 win and take control of the top spot in the Western Conference as the Nuggets improved to 33-8 there at home. Your post-game show is presented by Ball Corporation. The future's in your hands. Recycle it will continue after a timeout on the Altitude Radio Network.
The Ball Corporation postgame show on the Altitude Radio Network.
This past year, we've gone from the perfect conditions for spending money to the best conditions for saving it. And at Premier Members Credit Union, we can help you cultivate a green thumb for growing your own money into more money. With great rates of return for money market savings accounts and CDs, you can harvest the savings you always wished you had. Learn how to grow your own money with 5% APY on your first $2,000. Premier Members Credit Union. Join us at becomepremier.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
Hey, Nuggets fans, did you know that nearly 75% of all aluminum ever produced is still in use today? Which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back. For every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come, Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Denver Nuggets. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
3 days only. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Save thousands on hot tubs and swim spas. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. National Western Complex. Hot tubs discounted 40 to 80% to the lowest possible price, starting at $29.99. Free professional delivery. Take possession tomorrow, next week, next month, or next season. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Shop over a dozen models of swim spas from 11 feet to over 19 feet. Swim spas offer low-impact exercise, active family fun, unsurpassed relaxation, and installation in one day. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. Everything must go. Free parking, free admission. You can't afford to miss this. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. Friday, noon to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
It's Avalanche Harley's pre-owned spring clearance sale this week. Hundreds of Harleys tagged with liquidation pricing. Save $2,000, $4,000, even $6,000 at Avalanche Harley's pre-owned spring clearance sale. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, no problem. Avalanche Harley is considering 100% of all credit applications. The owner says 50 used bikes must go this week. We need to make room for the new 2024s. Don't need perfect credit, don't need a cash down payment. The pre-owned spring clearance sale ends this Saturday on approved credit.
This joyful sound is the No More Chemo bell at Intermountain Health St. George Hospital, and it means that Sarah Parker beat cancer. It also means her doctor spotted it early enough to treat, and that her oncologist helped her fight it every step of the way. It means that her nurse helped her keep track of medicines, and that a case manager made the whole experience just a little bit easier. Every time we hear that bell, it reminds us that all things are possible when we work together. It reminds us of the power of we. Intermountain Health.
The Ball Corporation Postgame Show on the Altitude Radio Network.
Nuggets basketball is brought to you by Central City. Take I-70 at exit 243 in the Central City Casino Parkway. Your 4 lanes to fun. Welcome back to your Nuggets postgame show as Denver beats Minnesota 116-107. The Nuggets have the best record in the Western Conference and the second best record in the NBA, behind only the Boston Celtics, who are sitting on 62 wins right now over there in the East. All right, scores around the NBA tonight. The Cavs beat the Grizzlies 110-98. Donovan scored 29. Hornets over the Hawks 115-114. It didn't really hurt Atlanta much because Atlanta's locked into that number 10 spot basically in the Eastern Conference, the final play-in spot in the East. They're going to take on Chicago. The Nets defeated the Raptors 106-102. The Dallas Mavericks got a win in Miami over the Heat, 111-92. Luka scores 29. The Mavs are currently in the number 5 spot. They clinch a playoff spot with the win tonight, their 50th win of the season. The Mavs are 6 games back of the Nuggets. They are a game and a half back of the LA Clippers for that number 4 spot. So it looks like the Clippers and Mavs are probably going to meet in a first round playoff match as the 4-5 seeds there in the West. Bucks over the Magic 117-99. The Thunder absolutely destroyed the Spurs 127-89. San Antonio scored 11 points in the first quarter of that game. The Thunder are now a game back of the Nuggets. With the Timberwolves lost tonight, this is how tight the West is. Minnesota went from the number 1 seed to the number 3 seed. Because the Nuggets beat Minnesota and the Thunder won, and the Thunder have the tiebreaker over Minnesota. So right now, the Timberwolves are in the number 3 spot. They play the Pelicans in the first round if the playoffs started tomorrow. But obviously still 2 games left for both those teams to decide who gets the number 2 position. And the Phoenix Suns lit up the Clippers in LA tonight. Bones Highland leading the way for the LA Clippers with 37 points and 9 assists, but the Suns win at 124-108 as Phoenix remains in the 7th spot. They are a game back New Orleans for the 6th spot in the West and a game ahead of the Kings for the number 8 spot in the West. In our game, the Nuggets beat the Timberwolves 116-107 to take the top spot in the West. The Nuggets have a record of 56-24, 1 win away from matching the best regular season record in Nuggets history. We'll continue with your Denver Nugget postgame show after a timeout on the Altitude Radio Network.
The Ball Corporation postgame show on the Altitude Radio Network.
Hey, Nuggets fans, did you know that nearly 75% of all aluminum ever produced is still in use today? Which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back. For every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come, Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Denver Nuggets. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
I got a nightmare phone call that no parent wants to receive.
Someone hit me going 60 miles an hour.
Dr. Ramos came highly recommended. When I showed him the x-rays, he immediately knew exactly what was wrong.
We've had a tremendous experience with Ramos Law. Really, I could not be happier.
Having the car accident was an accident. Finding Ramos Law was no accident.
Injured in a car accident? Ramos Law can help. RamosLaw.com.
This past year, we've gone from the perfect conditions for spending money to the best conditions for saving it. And at Premier Members Credit Union, we can help you cultivate a green thumb for growing your own money into more money. With great rates of return for money market savings accounts and CDs, you can harvest the savings you always wished you had. Learn how to grow your own money with 5% APY on your first $2,000. Premier Members Credit Union. Join us at becomepremier.com. Federally insured by the NCUA, membership eligibility required.
The Colorado Avalanche take on the Winnipeg Jets in an afternoon division rivalry matchup on Saturday, April 13th at 2 p.m., presented by Southwest Airlines. Make sure you're there. Head to coloradoavalanche.com/division rivalry.
The Ball Corporation Postgame Show on the Altitude Radio Network.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
The 2024-25 Denver Nuggets season memberships are on sale now. Full season memberships are sold out, but limited half and quarter season plans are available. Last season's membership plans sold out, so secure your seats before they are gone. Membership plans include playoff presale access and many other great benefits. Welcome back to your post-game shows. The Denver Nuggets beat the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight in a fun one, 116-107. Let's pause 10 seconds for legal ID up and down the Altitude Radio Network.
KKSE-FM Broomfield, Denver. This is Denver Nuggets basketball. Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
All right, more scores around the world of sports. In the NHL, there was just 3 games tonight. The Edmonton Oilers with a 5-1 win over the Golden Knights. The Blues beat the Blackhawks 5-2. And the Coyotes and Canucks have 4 minutes to go in their game, with Arizona leading 3-2. And over in Major League Baseball, the Rockies were in action today as the Rocks took on the Diamondbacks. Arizona had 10 hits and a 5-3 win over Colorado as the Rockies fall to 3-10. The Nuggets beat the Timberwolves 116-107. We'll continue the post-game show after a timeout on the Altitude Radio Network.
The Ball Corporation Postgame Show on the Altitude Radio Network.
This past year, we've gone from the perfect conditions for spending money to the best conditions for saving it. And at Premier Members Credit Union, we can help you cultivate a green thumb for growing your own money into more money. With great rates of return for money market savings accounts and CDs, you can harvest the savings you always wished you had. Learn how to grow your own money with 5% APY on your first $2,000. Premier Members Credit Union. Join us at becomepremier.com. Federally insured by the NCUA, membership eligibility required.
Hey, Nuggets fans, did you know that nearly 75% of all aluminum ever produced is still in use today? Which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back. For every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come, Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Denver Nuggets. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
3 days only. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Save thousands on hot tubs and swim spas. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. National Western Complex. Hot tubs discounted 40 to 80% to the lowest possible price, starting at $29.99. Free professional delivery. Take possession tomorrow, next week, next month, or next season. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Shop over a dozen models of swim spas from 11 feet to over 19 feet. Swim spas offer low-impact exercise, active family fun, unsurpassed relaxation, and installation in one day. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. Everything must go. Free parking, free admission. You can't afford to miss this. It's a major manufacturer's liquidation of hundreds of in-stock spas. Friday, noon to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Sale. National Western Complex. Visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Men, this is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And though I generally talk about medicine and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction and other men's sexual health issues, today I want to talk about love. Because love is the best reason to get treated for your ED. You see, ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can cause depression, arguments, breakups, and even contribute to divorce. But the good news is that if you're like most men suffering with ED, you can be successfully treated at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and put a stop to to the relationship stresses that ED can cause. I say this with all confidence because we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. Truly, it's likely you'll find you're performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and get the love back in your life. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
The Ball Corporation Postgame Show on the Altitude Radio Network.
Nuggets beat the Timberwolves tonight, 116-107. Welcome back to your post-game show. Denver wins their 56th game of the season. Let's head to Ball Arena. Here's head coach Mike Malone.
You saw 2 young players taking advantage of a golden opportunity. Last year in the playoffs, Christian got a chance to play and was impactful. Helped us win a road game in the NBA Finals, which you don't see many rookies do. And what you saw Peyton Watson do is continue to show and prove, why he needs to be on the floor. 6 more blocks. And that stretch in that fourth quarter, I was some of the dunks that were being performed and finished and completed. Christian Brown's left-handed dunk. I'll be honest, there were a few where I was telling him, hey, slow up, let's work the clock. And it was just like a dunk show for a little bit. So, really impressive win. We understood what was at stake tonight. And as I told our players before we went out there, the number 1 seed is there for the taking. And that's what you have to do. You have to go out there and take it against a very good team. And now the challenge is we're on a high right now because it's a very good performance, a really important win, making sure that we bring the necessary focus going down to San Antonio. But could not be more proud of our group, man. There were so many positives tonight. In that fourth quarter defense, where there wasn't a lot of defense tonight, but fourth quarter I thought our defense was great, and I believe it's the second time against them that Anthony Edwards had 0 points in the fourth quarter. And that's a testament to all 5 guys on the court. And the last thing I think the big key is against that team, you got to run. If you get 4 points in transition like we did last time in this building, you're not going to beat them. And we're able to get 19 in transition tonight, and that's really important to try to beat an elite defense like Minnesota.
What have been the process for you guys? Best version of yourselves and
the process is come to work every day, get better, don't be satisfied. Somebody asked before the game, like, what I'm most proud about. I'm most proud of the fact that as a reigning world champion, we haven't been satisfied the whole year. You got to stay hungry because we got 29 teams right behind us trying to take what we have. And you need the requisite mindset, energy, focus, discipline, urgency, whatever you want to call it. And tonight we had it. And, that was great to see from our group. And I have a feeling that we're probably going to see that team again in the playoffs. And it'll be a hell of a series because they're a very good team. They're well coached, and they have a lot of talent over there. But for us, get better every day, and not be satisfied. Stay hungry.
Coach, it felt like a heavyweight battle for much. And oftentimes in those situations, it's the little holes where the team lets go of the rope just a little bit. Beginning of second quarter, beginning of fourth quarter, you guys actually extended the lead without Nicole. Just how proud of you of the fourth quarter match?
They were outstanding. In the first half, they struggled to make some shots, but the effort, the energy was really where it needed to be. For CB, Reggie, Peyton, Justin, for those guys, and Aaron as our backup 5. Aaron had 9 assists tonight. That's going to be really important for us, as we all know in this room. Winning the non-Nikola minutes. So now you don't feel like you have to play in 42 minutes a night. But we're a deep team, we're a talented team, and that's what I loved about tonight. Like Jamal Murray, just so you guys know, you have no idea the last 48 hours since we won in Utah. Is he playing tonight or is he not playing tonight? And it was a battle. And he went out there and played, and I felt he imposed his will tonight. You have Nikola Jokic, who missed 4 shots on his way to 41, 11, and 7. You have Michael get 18 and 8. Aaron gets 9 assists, and our bench steps up. You beat the number 1 team in the West, and we close the game with Peyton Watson and Christian Brown and Jamal, Nikola, and Michael Porter. So it was a really good win for us. And to your point, we were able to play at a high level for the most of the 48 minutes.
Was that Jamal guys wanted to be cautious?
No, actually, he didn't want to play. I had to twist his arm. What do you think, man? Come on. Jamal came up to me on the plane ride home from Utah because, with what he's been through, second night of a back-to-back, and Jamal, man, he was like a little kid, man, just begging to play. And that's what I love about him. I mean, nothing was keeping him off that floor tonight. Nobody. And he showed out. And, again, really good win for us, but we still have 2 games to go. And we have to get on that plane tomorrow and head down to the Alamo and handle our business.
Not that it's surprising, but what did you see from Nikola tonight as far as sort of embracing the physicality of this match again?
Well, I think Nikola always embraces the physicality. I mean, he never shies away from it. And Rudy Gobert is going to be a Hall of Fame player one day. Rudy Gobert is going to be regarded as one of the best defenders of his generation. And it just speaks to how great Nikola is. I don't think anybody in the NBA can guard Nikola one-on-one. And he had a stretch where he was just getting downhill. I think we took Jamal out, featured Nikola, and some of his finishes. One time he finished, or even Rudy Gobert gave a look like, wow, that's really impressive what he just did. And again, I mean, how many good things can you say about Nikola Jokic? He's an incredible talent. He's selfless. He's humble. And thank goodness he's a Nugget.
Coach, asked another difficult question. Not that he needed it, but is that an MVP kind of performance on national TV against Rudy Gobert and a team that y'all needed to beat?
I mean, I think it's been an MVP season. I mean, this game obviously was garnering so much attention and hype. Understandably so. You have 2 teams tied for first. The number 1 seed is on the line. Division rival. They've beaten us twice. And, for Nikola to go out there and put up a 40-piece the efficiency is just insane. Hopefully the national audience will recognize greatness, and I think everybody defines MVP differently. For me, obviously Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, worthy. I mean, if he wins it, fully deserving. Luka Doncic wins it, fully deserving. Cannot say anything negative about either one of those players. But for us here in Denver, we know what we have. We have the best player in the world. And tonight was just another example of that.
Coach, I know you've talked about it a little bit in the past, but you had 41 shots this year so far this year. What does that mean to you and the team based off of what you see here?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, I go back to, year 1. And I remember, all the business people were saying, well, Coach, I know you're not going to want to hear this, but you got to win before they come. And, most of the people who live in Denver aren't Denver natives, right? They didn't grow up Denver Nugget fans. A lot of them have been here. And I've met a lot of those people along the way and at the parade from what I remember. And, appreciate y'all paying attention. But for us to, 9 years in the making to get to a point where this has become the toughest place to play in the NBA. And yes, our players have done their job winning, playing hard, playing the right way. We're a fun team to watch. We're a fun team to root for. But that crowd, I mean, that tonight was a playoff game. That was a playoff atmosphere against 2 great teams. And obviously when you have the Ball Arena crowd showing up like they do, it just gives us an advantage. It gives us life. So a huge thank you. To all of our fans. I know tonight was fan appreciation night, and the good thing is, hopefully we have a lot more games, this season to celebrate with them. Thanks, everybody.
That was head coach Michael Malone as his team beat the Timberwolves tonight 116-107. And that is it. That's the whole enchilada. That is our broadcast. We want to thank everyone who made it possible. Start with the folks here at the station. Me holding it down, doing a fine job as always, has been the award-winning producer, Jordan Berg. At Ball Arena, Alan Baca, Wakanda Forever, doing that engineering thing. Our next broadcast is Friday night. The Nuggets will be in San Antonio to take on the Spurs. Broadcast time is 5:30. Once again, the final, Denver 116, Minnesota 107. For Jason Kosminski, I'm Mark Burton, saying thanks a lot for listening. Have a good night, everybody. For those listening locally to our flagship station, Altitude Sports Radio 92.5, stay tuned for In the Paint with Dan Tanner. For the rest of you, we'll see you on Friday right here on the Altitude Radio Network.
This has been the Denver Nuggets postgame show with Mark Bertinoli. Network producers are Jesse Trujillo, Alan Baca, Steve Nelson, Mark Springer, Jordan Berg, Dan Tanner, and Cole Smith. Network creative director is Marky Lindemolder. Network production director is Steve Cassidy. Traffic directors are Megan Rose and Tig Tantiwan-Gumpai. Network sales manager is Dan Stores. Network director is Kevin Shockey. Chief network engineer is Jason Gorodetzer. Senior vice president of the Altitude Radio Network is Dave Fleck. This broadcast was a presentation of the National Basketball Association and the Altitude Radio Network.
And this bad boy is
Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. Denver Nuggets postgame coverage continues now on Denver's official home for Mile High basketball. Let's go in the paint.
Inbound goes to Jamal Murray. Backcourt pressure being applied by Minnesota. Front court over to Christian. He's got Watson with him. Dunk that thing home! Right on Rudy Gobert! Oh, Rudy! Where you at, bro? Christian Brown just dumped that thing on your melon. Denver leads it by 12. Through the window is Anthony Edwards. Layup no good. Rebound down to Porter. Porter quickly up the floor. Denver's pushing the pace. Alley-oop. Dunk! Christian Brown! Let's go! Christian Brown! Denver leads it by 14! Timeout, Minnesota! I want to say who's your daddy, but I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, it's not the playoffs yet, Kaz. Hold off on the who's your daddy chance. I like the restraint. I like the restraint there from Jason Kosmiski. Welcome to In the Paint, everybody. Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. Dan Tanner, Jordan Berg here with you on a Wednesday night in the Mile High City. All right, so much to get into. You just heard the Christian Brown dunk coming in there. That was unbelievable. One of the sickest dunks I've seen from this team in a while. Not just this team, just in the NBA in a while. And really, for me, that's when the game was over. Like, Christian Brown ended the game on that sequence right there you heard coming in, and that was absolutely ridiculous. Over Rudy Gobert, too. It was kind of a cool matchup tonight. It's always a fun matchup between Nikola Jokic and Rudy Gobert. And I get the hatred in this town for Rudy Gobert. And trust me, I'm right there with you. He's got a punchable face, okay? Like, I get it. But with all that being said, and you heard Coach Malone talking about it in his post-game press conference, Rudy is an unbelievable defensive player. I mean, he really is. He's probably going to win his 4th Defensive Player of the Year, which would tie for the most in NBA history with Dikembe Mutombo. And I can't remember who the other guy was, but Dikembe and someone else. I'll think of it here in just a second. But the reason I'm bringing that up is for Nikola Jokic to have the night he did tonight against a player like that, like Rudy Gobert, the caliber of defensive player that Rudy Gobert is, for Nikola Jokic to just make it look unbelievably easy on a guy like that. 16 of 20 shooting from the field, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and 41 points for the Joker tonight in what was essentially the first playoff game of the year for the Denver Nuggets. And unfortunately, I was not able to be at the game tonight. Under the weather a little bit, but I'm powering through. Didn't want to get any of the guys sick heading into the playoffs, so I stayed home and watched it from the comfort of my couch. But man, like, even through the TV, you could just tell that crowd was a playoff level intensity type of atmosphere in there tonight. And that's what it felt like even watching it here at home. This was a playoff style win for the Nuggets. In fact, it really kind of reminded me of the playoff run last year. You know, it was a close game early on. I thought the Nuggets did a really good job of pushing the tempo early on in this game. Look, Minnesota's the number 1 defensive team in the NBA. Okay? But the way the Nuggets were trying to attack that early on, I really liked. Like, that's what they're going to have to do against this team if they see them again in the playoffs, which They very well could. We'll get to that here in just a little bit. But that was a great way to sort of counteract what the Wolves like to do on the defensive end to start the game. I mean, the Nuggets had 8 fast break points at the end of the first quarter. The Timberwolves just had 2. So I thought everybody was working really hard to start this game. You know, I was kind of curious to see who could maintain that level of intensity all game. And, you know, it's funny because I was thinking about Joker's comments last night after their win in Utah, basically saying, like, this wasn't a big game. Now, take that with a grain of salt, okay? And I heard Nate and Andy talking about this a little bit today on the afternoon show. Nate was basically making the suggestion that Joker didn't want to give the Wolves any bulletin board material. You know, you've got Tim Connolly there, former vice president of the Nuggets, all that good stuff. And that's just kind of who Nikola is. Like, he's very even keel one way or the other, which I love that about him. But it was interesting that he said that after the Utah game last night, that tonight's game wasn't a big game. And then on the flip side, you had Anthony Edwards and his postgame presser yelling into the microphone like, "We're ready for Denver," all that stuff. So it was great. It was great theater heading in to tonight's game.
I feel like you're a little bit outside in the sense of the lighting, and maybe I'm wrong, but I thought there were some open areas. They're going to have some shaded areas. They're going to have some, concourse areas. I thought there were some open areas, maybe not. But to that end, this last question, this is the second hardest rendering now. Do you believe this one is accurate?
Well, I mean, at this point, it's basically kind of filling in the details. There was several weeks ago when the architect came by for people across the country, the Athletics had their AAA team right here in Las Vegas, and during spring training, the architect, along with the A's execs, did talk with the media. And right now, Bernie, I think it's a matter of just filling in the details. I mean, this was a kind of a look at a stadium, I would say, from a 30 or 40,000 foot perspective. And during the next few months, you'll see some of the details. I mean, you'll see where the premium seating areas will be, and you'll see where the club levels will be. And, at this point, it's a matter of filling in the details. That's why there was a lot of people did make the observation that people were wondering, like, well, where are the bullpens and where's the club levels? Well, those kind of facts will be coming, and we'll just have to be patient until they show those.
And the lights. All right, good stuff, Alan. Appreciate it. I will check with you later as the summer goes along, as this is a fluid story. Appreciate your time tonight.
Hey, it's always great to talk with you, Bernie. I really appreciate the time.
Thanks, Alan. It's Alan Snell, LV Sports Biz. You have another shiny new toy to Vegas when you come to visit. Coming up, we have an update on the Shohei Ohtani interpreter saga. And I'm not sure if Shohei is due an apology, but he's due a response. And we'll talk about that coming up. But first, let's go to our guy, Eddie Garcia, with the latest.
All right, thanks, Bernie. We start the NBA, where big game out west with the Nuggets and Timberwolves battling for the top spot in the Western Conference. Denver, the defending champs, pull out the 116-107 win. Denver moving a game up on Minnesota for that top spot in the West. Nikola Jokic, of course, leading the way for the Nuggets with 41 points and 11 rebounds. Thunder over the Spurs, 127-89. Oklahoma City remains one game back of Denver in that race for the top spot in the West, along with Minnesota. Bucks beat the Magic 117-99 without star Giannis Antetokounmpo. The MRI on his leg injury that he suffered the previous night showed no damage to his Achilles. They're calling it a calf strain. He'll definitely not play in the final 2 regular season games. Suns over the Clippers in LA, 124-108. Phoenix avenging an ugly home loss to the Clippers, their previous game on Tuesday. Devin Booker, 37 points. Phoenix right now a half game back in New Orleans for that final spot out of the play-in. Mavericks beat the Heat in Miami, 111 to 92. Some baseball games of note. You had the Marlins over the Yankees 5-2. That's the worst team in the big leagues, knocking off the best team in the big leagues. Dodgers fall to the Twins 3-2. Royals wrap up win over the Astros 11-2. Kansas City's won 6 in a row. Guardians walk off with a 7-6 win over the White Sox in 10 innings. The brothers Bo and Josh Naylor, who both play for Cleveland, each hit home runs, and Bo ends up with the walk-off single. Orioles down the Red Sox 7-5 in his major league debut. Prospect Jackson Holliday, the son of Matt Holliday, 0-4. He did have an RBI ground out. Brewers beat the Reds 7-2. Milwaukee 8-3 on the season. Padres all over the Cubs 10-2, and the Phillies beat the Cardinals 4-3. In the NHL, the Blues down the Blackhawks 5-2. St. Louis avoids elimination from the playoffs thanks to that win. And in golf, opening round at the Masters scheduled to get underway coming up on Thursday. There is a 90% chance of showers and thunderstorms prior to 1 p.m. Wind gusts 40 to 45 miles per hour between 8 a.m. and noon. Tee times expected to be pushed back, and it could cause the first round to be completed on Friday. Now back to Bernie Fratto in the TireRack.com Fox Sports Radio studios.
All right, thanks, Eddie. And I'm going to digress back to the Oakland A's. Yeah, they're coming here in 3 years, but there are a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to dive into that later in the show. And if you want to check in tonight, be part of the action, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Coop will take your calls, and you are welcome to opine if you so desire. Before I dive into the headline, which broke about 9 o'clock Eastern tonight, which I somewhat expected. Eddie, I want to start with you. Based on what's being reported now, do you buy it? I think I do, but what are your thoughts?
I'm sorry, what are we talking about, Bernie? The A's?
I'm sorry. I should have set that up better. The Shohei Ohtani, I'm going to dive into the situation. Victim of the alleged fraud. The interpreter is now expected to plead guilty to federal crimes. There are still a lot of doubting Thomases in social media. And I'm curious, do you buy this? Do you take the story now at its face value, or do you have other thoughts?
I certainly think that, people can be taken advantage of by people that are close to them. And I don't know if people know about this or not. I assume most of them do, but maybe not. But this is not just his interpreter. This was a very close friend by all accounts. Somebody who, it's not unheard of to think could have access to certain information and things like that. I can understand how, somebody like that's, in his inner circle could potentially, steal money from him or do things like that. The thing that I have a big problem with, though, is just the amount of money. Like, I mean, we can't really relate to it. Obviously, these people that make these obscene amount of money, they live in a different world, that we can't really relate to. At the same time, it's hard to believe that amount of money, those large amounts of money, can be taken from anyone's accounts, no matter how much money they make, and that they would not be aware of that. That's the only thing I really have a hard time swallowing. I think it's very likely that, again, somebody in that position could take advantage of somebody, but just I don't know how he could, have this person take that amount of money and not know about it.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. And I don't know if anybody saw the Bernie Madoff 3-part series on Netflix. The parallel I'm drawing is some very bright people, some very accomplished people, erudite people can be taken advantage of. You'd be surprised. And that brought to light how people can be conned if something sounds too good to be true and the allure is too much to pass up. Now, why do I compare that to this? Because Ohtani, clearly it appears on some level, was taken advantage of. I agree with you, Eddie, in that irrespective of the fact it's not been reported that perhaps someone manipulated his bank settings so he didn't get the notifications that if X amount was leaving the account, you're notified. I don't think he had power of attorney. I don't know, maybe he did or he didn't. But for him to not know until the very end raises questions. And before I go back to Lorena and Coop, let me just set this up for the peeps. Here's the bottom line. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter, he's in the crosshairs of the feds. All right, he was fired by the Dodgers after allegedly stealing millions of Ohtani's money to cover some gambling debts a few weeks back. It's been reported it was the amount was $4.5 million. This is a massive investigation. Local law enforcement, the feds, LA offices of the IRS Criminal Division, Department of Homeland Security, the U.S. Attorney's Office, Judge Wapner, everybody's investigating this damn thing. The Central District of California, and it's been going on for I think about 7 months. Now, apparently it's been found that Mizuhara changed the settings on the bank accounts so that Ohtani would not get any notifications after the transactions being made. But as these amounts move, you still see your bank balance, don't you? I mean, I would think, right? So according to TMZ, by the way, Mizuhara, he's expected to be officially